With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The streams online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran should have feeling so insecure. The money he earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machinist, snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if battery fun is shy or scant to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a bike, pretending different bills when truth is to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react, but isn't actor as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over it and awareness in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and I forgot to set the fucking source again every fucking time. There we go. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is... Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh my dog, what's up?
I have been interrupted by Kel Denson's super chat. Thank you, Kel Denson, who says, Nintendo Switch successor news soon. Hype. Yeah, I actually seen that in the news the other on today. It was kind of like a... It was like a fake announcement. I mean, it wasn't a fake announcement. It was like, hey, Nintendo's like, hey, by the way, guys, something might be coming. But we're not going to fucking tell you anything about it until like next year. So fucking brace yourselves and fucking wait a whole year until we fucking give you any details whatsoever. It was a strange kind of semi-announcement to like some potential Nintendo console successor, or successor as you say. So there you go. But yeah, cheers Cardesson for that. So yeah, I guess we got that to look forward to. We have Phil talking about Nintendo's announcement, kind of half announcement, however, later on. And DSP news and all that shit. But I guess we'll see what Phil thinks about it later on. But yeah, guys, as I said, this is a DSP Bingo. Welcome to DSP Bingo. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2024. I hope you're all doing very well. Hope you're enjoying your week so far. And yeah, this is Bingo, and Phil was very late to start Bingo, and his stream seems fucking dead. Like barely anyone's fucking talking. Look at the timestamps and look how barely anyone seems to be fucking interacting with him whatsoever. He's apologising to his chat. Sorry, very busy day today, doing a ton of stuff all at once. I guess that's one way to fucking describe fucking masturbating before stream. He's doing a ton of stuff at once. Phil had a very good day stream. 151 buckaroos, all 3 tier goals hit and met for that one day stream he had. $151 in tips. 25 buckaroos in super chats. No night stream because he was taking care of Patreon stuff. But I have a feeling I know where our money went to. There is a new upcoming brand new WWE Champions style event coming up soon. There's a couple of new cards coming in and all that jazz, and yeah, it looks like Phil Burnell's desperation for money might be tied in with this announcement from WWE Champions. So yeah, that's we've got that to look forward to at least, why is Phil so desperate for money lately? Because of that. Because of those reasons. But yeah, and essentially, even when Phil is getting money, even when Phil is getting, you can see Phil being given a whole bunch of money, he wants his audience to assume that he's not actually getting that money. You have to remember that. Even though Phil had $150 given to him in tips yesterday, you've got to assume and take his word for it that he's not getting all that money. That he'll lose a whole bunch of it because of detractor shenanigans and chargeback fucking bullshit. Oh good, Phil's gonna brush his teeth then begin the show. Fucking hurry for that. Oh God's sake. Anyway, I thought we would check out a video. Nerdbrew made a video. An AI punk pop song called Still on Level 1, the interview song. So I'm kinda curious to see what this is like. Nerdbrew is known for their robust taste. You know what I mean? So but it's AI generated, so hopefully it'll pop off and hopefully I won't get copyright claimed.
Let's talk about the slave trade. find a restrainer? You're still on level 1. Did you ever find a restrainer? You're still on level 1. Did you ever find the restraining order? Summer X, you're still on level 1. Summer X, you're still on level 1. Summer X, you're still on level 1.
I'm not sure how to feel about that. That's a weird fucking creation, that's what I'm sure. I don't know how to feel about it, you know, it's like, it sounds good, but at the same time it doesn't sound good because it's AI and it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's a very weird thing. I don't know, it's hard to fucking explain, but it's, to me it is weird. that's the only way I can fucking describe it, it's fucking weird. But then again, who am I to fucking talk, you know what I mean? Look at me try to fucking pretend I can fucking perform shit I can't do. But there you go. To me it comes across weird though. These AI generated songs, I mean, they have the potential to be fucking great, but I felt that was a bit too random, if that makes sense. There was no real flow to it, you know? It's like, it's a strange kind of thing. Like, probably depends what you feed into the fucking thing in the first place for it to kind of produce a banger or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's a weird one to me. But yeah, that was made by something called Suno AI. And God's sake, D-Dog says you're going to hate Suno AI doing your bingo rap. Hey, nothing can top my bingo diss track fucking intro song. That took minimal effort and I was very quick to fucking write and perform and create, and yet it's still somehow one of the fucking better things I've done. So it makes sense of that one. God's sake. But yeah, anyway, guys, I need a bingo number. I pressed the wrong button. I know. Balls. That's some random bubbles. Pressed the wrong button. There you go. Now, if you guys want to see that later on, like the stream. Fuck. Press the wrong goddamn button. Anyway, I need a bingo number for today's card. The first number in chat I see will be what is for today's bingo card. The first number was actually from Petit Sin, who said 37. So we'll use Petit Sin's number. Thank you very much, Petit Sin. Here we go. This is the bingo card we have for today's show. We need Phil to scratch a stash, him touching the eye, him being all defense mode, him saying nobody or no one, and him giving a good old player hands to the camera. It would help if you could see the bingo card, so there you go, in case you don't have to take my word for it, you know what I mean, you can see the card yourself now. So yeah, top row, as I said, is Phil to scratch his stash, touch his eye, being all defense mode, him saying nobody or no one, and him giving the prayer hands. The second row is Phil saying engagement, voted, FYI, members, and O. The third row is Phil saying friend, now, him snorting, him saying I would argue, and new games. The fourth row is Phil doing hand graphs. Now, what are hand graphs, you might ask? Hand graphs is when Phil is demonstrating something going either up or down in numerical value using his hands. So that is what hand graphs are. Him using hateful slurs, him saying shocked, him saying unique, and him giving a creepy whisper where he leans into the the fucking microphone and just talks dead quiet like a creepy bastard. The fifth and final row is Phil mocking his chat, him saying feedback, admittedly, addition, and finally him being all toxic as hell. That is today's bingo card we have for us to enjoy for today's show. So there you go. Apparently YouTube is having problems today with streams. Streams are buffering all over the place. I don't know what's causing it. I don't think it's me it's causing it because my bitrate is not... I've had the same settings essentially that I've had for, you know, months now. You know what I mean? I've not changed my streaming settings, for example. I'm still streaming at the same bitrate. So if it's a recent problem, a recent issue, I don't think I've done anything to it. It's causing YouTube to buffer streams more than usual. And look, Phil's going live. Let me pause him for a second. But yeah, essentially nothing I can do. Exactly, nothing I can do. Bugged streaming mechanics, not a jazz. At YouTube, I can only guess it's a YouTube problem. Apparently it's happening in a variety of different streams. What I would recommend, if it's hard to watch like live proper time, if it's buffering live all the time, just maybe go 5 or 10 seconds behind live DSP, you know, or this live stream even. That way it could help the situation, because if you're trying to catch it perfectly live or whatever, it might have issues. So just maybe just go 5-10 seconds before, you know, give yourselves a little bit of speed up, juice yourselves, and hopefully it should be okay. Oh, good news, D-Dog is stable at 240p. There you go. Go 240 if you go 240p if you want to fucking make the fucking experience better. So there we go. Of course, the aim of the game, as you guys all know by now, is for us to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo board. You see before you on the screen right now. If we manage to do that, we will add $25 to the bingo prize fund. And of course, the aim of the game, as you know, is to try and get as much money for this month in that bingo prize fund, because at the end of the month we're going to have a marble race to determine who gets to take home some of that bingo prize fund's prize. If you want to get another chance of winning the bingo prize fund money, you've got to make sure you have left a comment that is in the community post and it's linked in the description of his live stream. So if you want to fucking get your own marble, leave a comment in that community post. It has been up now, and you know, it's been live, that community post. It's been up there for a few months now. So yeah, there you go. No reason to miss out. So you've got until the end of the month. So you leave a comment if you've not done so yet on that community post, so you don't have a chance of winning the bingo prize fund. Now, of course, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that gives us a free space. And if Phil says
what?
5 times, that too gives us a free space. And finally, if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before I finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate the 100 likes. You guys are in direct control of one of the ways we can get a free space. The rest are controlled by Phil and his bizarre blood-eye functions, or just him saying
what?
a whole bunch of fucking times. So there we go. I think I've covered all the bases and all that jazz. It's just, and also, I was going to say Phil isn't doing one of his little stock intros, because it started with us, but then it transitioned into one of these fucking random stock intros. Fucking minimum effort prick. There you go. It's just for fucking, you know. Let's prepare for bingo and all that jazz, and of course, to send us on our way to bingo and you know, send us off into battle once more for this bingo stream, we need to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
And on that note, let time go.
Good morning, everyone. On today's Level 1 podcast, we've got a lot of news. A lot of news. Sadly, not good. Ladies and gentlemen, Xbox has done it again. They have yet again laid off a bunch of people. This is probably the 5th or 6th mass layoff this year in the gaming industry. Today we're going to dive deep into what's going on, how to handle it. But there's more than just that. It's not all doom and gloom. There's some good news from Nintendo and others. So ladies and gentlemen, I will see you for all of this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Why is Phil so desperate to try and fucking come across as some sort of fucking news source? And he's gonna fucking give instructions how to handle it. Everyone at Xbox got laid off should just fucking, you know, you make their own YouTube channels. Then make their own YouTube channels and ask their audiences to give them money. That is a fucking grand solution. Phil's got experience fucking being laid off from work, you know, from his job. It's happened to him like fucking 5 or 6 times at least.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 7th of May, 2024. I certainly wasn't expecting much when I woke up this morning, and then it was like the gameplay overload, right? Holy crap.
Burger.
And not gameplay overload, gaming news overload, excuse me. See, I'm seriously shell-shocked. I spent a good like half an hour this morning trying to read through articles, get feedback on social media from what people were saying from various different parts of the gaming industry about what's going on right now, because it was weird overnight.
Burger.
There was some really positive game news. I'd say, okay, not necessarily positive, but interesting game news from Nintendo about their new console. And everyone was all abuzz and excited. Oh, yes, this is cool. Finally, we're going to get some new stuff. And then, this morning, waking up to absolutely awful news. It seems like ever since this Activision Blizzard buyout merger took place over at Microsoft, there's been nothing going on that's very good at all at that company. It's just doom and gloom and games failing and people losing their...
This is 1.25 speed, and yet he is speaking so goddamn slowly still. That's a bizarre thing. This is actually 1.25 speed. and yet he is taking his damn sweet time fucking talking. I'll go normal speed for you if you guys want to see a brief example of what normal speed is.
Their jobs, and it's like you gotta wonder, was it really worth it? We're gonna talk about this today, okay? I'm gonna give you the skinny on what actually happened. A lot of people didn't even know. So anyway, yes, we're going to talk about that. Some people are saying that the volume is off. Let me just double check that. Yes, the volume did reset. Hold on. I have no idea why. There we go. Is that better? I apologize. For some reason, my mic volume reset. I didn't do that. Thank you for telling me, Drew, in the chat. Let's double check it to make sure it's stuck. Yep. Yeah, there was no reason for the mic volume to be that low.
So that's normal speed. And yeah, brutal. Let's go 1.25 speed. I've almost warned you, we don't have a ton of speed up juice. We're only behind live DSP by 2.5 minutes. So yeah, we'll probably catch up in no time.
Now it should be like 6 decibels louder. No idea. You tell me. I didn't change any settings. I guess OBS decided to F up. I don't know. Okay. So, folks, what we're going to do today is our usual, schedule-wise. We're going to talk a little bit about yesterday, because yesterday I played another Crab's Treasure, which is actually quite good. And then we're going to go into talking about all this game news from today, including these layoffs, which I really, at this point, I can't get it. I just scratching my head and not feeling too good about it. You know, I'm someone who's in the games industry as an independent guy covering it. I'm not in the industry working with these people. But I feel like when these things keep happening over and over, there's really a sickness going on, right? There's like a cancer in gaming, and it's eating away. And this is not good. And I don't understand how no one's doing anything about it. I just don't. Like, how we're just going to ignore it. So we're going to talk about this today, okay? Anyway, today we also have a full day of gaming. Unlike yesterday, where I had to take a half day from streaming in order to do those private Patreon React videos and do some stuff behind the scenes. With the business, I'm good now. And now we're ready. Full fun day of gameplay streaming here today. I certainly hope that you guys are going to tune in for Fallout 4, because I'm going to be honest, I am nervous about the future of the playthrough. This is a playthrough now we've been doing for roughly 2 weeks to kind of jump into the Fallout mania that happened after the popularity of the TV show, and I think it was working fine. And all of a sudden, that last stream that I did over the weekend had way less engagement and way less support, and I was like, what happened? You know, we were doing well. Everyone seemed to be liking the fact that I was doing a run completely different from previous Fallout runs. 0 charisma or intelligence. Instead,
Oh my dog! What's up?
For fuck's sake, D-Dog. Thank you, D-Dog, for the super chat. Who says you could try singing Kiss of a Rose for speed up juice. Just saying, or how was your day off? God.
Meth Bear tipped £3. You Scots used to be mighty warriors. Now your kind have an inbred German king, talk about wanking to everything on the internet, and can't play Rocket League.
Hey, hold the fuck on, Meth Bear. Fucking objection. Objection, good fucking sir. You do not fucking question my Rocket League skills and Rocket League abilities. You do not want to cross that line. I will hold you in contempt and other various court phrases here. No. I'll agree to the point of having an inbred German king. Absolutely. I will agree to that. Talk about wanking to everything on the internet. Welcome to fucking 2024. Let me fucking go. But yeah, I can play Rocket League, just so you fucking know, Meth Bear, and I will challenge anyone that claims I can't. Also, big ups to Archimedes. There's a fucking blast in the past name. Remember when Archimedes asked Phil, hey, do you think I can get some money at all for all the work I'm doing? Then Phil just laughed at him and fucking said banned. Yeah, imagine getting fucking paid anything whatsoever for your fucking hard work you do for someone. Not even a shekel or whatever, just banned. The person asked me for money. How dare he? Arkham was meant to give Phil money to have the honour of editing his content, because not everyone can claim that. So yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Archimedes. As for D-Dog's suggestion, D-Dog wants me to fucking sing fucking, Kiss from a Rose. I mean, no. Nobody wants to hear me sing D-Dog. So, no, we can't inflict that sort of fucking cruel punishment on the audience. It would be very cruel and unusual. it'd be a very quick way for me to lose fucking viewers on the bingo stream. I just suddenly started singing very badly a song. Or I can talk about my day off. My day off yesterday, Monday, was uneventful. Like I did hee-haw. Like I took it easy and then I went on bingo, you know. But I had a very lazy day off. What was quite fun for me to learn today was I actually have this coming Friday and Monday off. It's a wee pleasant surprise. I completely forgot I actually booked those days off because I had to use. I still have days to use up and all that shit. So I have a shorter weekend than usual.
Oh my dog!
Or a longer weekend, so a longer weekend. Thank you, Prophet, for the super chat who says I second Method Bear's statement. Now, I'm not the one that butchered Meth Bear's name there, okay? Prophet was the one that called Meth Bear Method Bear. So yeah, you can take that up with him, Meth Bear. Prophet's the one that's butchering your good name. Joking stuff. Also, you're lying and you're fucking lying. I'll kick your arses in Rocket League any day. But thank you for the super chat. But yeah, long story short, I had no work yesterday. You know, I had a day off because it was bank holiday. Took it easy, did like very little. We had bingo, we played bingo, we won bingo, alright. And then I got a good night's sleep, and today, back at work as normal. Debbie are saying, what about singing a Scottish national anthem? Swing low, sweet. Oh, you bastard.
So let's just mute that motherfucker right now.
Oh, you cheeky bastard. Oh, thin ice. You're on very thin ice.
Liking the fact that I was doing a run completely different from previous Fallout runs. 0 charisma or intelligence. Instead, all based on luck and brute force. And I think it's working well. It's a very different style. You know, we didn't even see any of these melee weapons or anything in my previous run. So I hope that, you guys will hang out with me for Fallout 4 today. I want more. I'm excited for more. I've been craving more all week, actually. We haven't played it since, what was it, Saturday? And I'm happy that we're getting back to it. I just hope that maybe Saturday was a one-off, meaning that was a one-off stream where, okay, maybe there just wasn't that much attention on it, or, whatever. I want to chalk it up to that and hope that maybe we can get back on our feet today with the Fallout playthrough. The thing is, if it doesn't really have traction anymore as a day stream, we could turn it into night streams. But I don't even know how well it would work. Typically, when we play these Bethesda games, it's half and half. Like, sometimes it's a day stream, sometimes it's a night stream. That's how we've approached New Vegas, Skyrim, and then Oblivion. And, I guess we'll see how it goes today. Okay, and of course, more Zangief tonight in Street Fighter 6. So we're going to have a full day of gameplay coverage for you guys, and I hope that you...
Who fucking cares?
Let's talk about yesterday briefly. So yesterday was the first day that I changed the control scheme for Another Crab's Treasure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I talked about it at length on yesterday's podcast, that basically the game devs had Another Crab's Treasure designed to play like Dark Souls, meaning run as well as dodge is the same button. And because of that, to dodge, it required a button input and release, meaning the dodge is delayed. Okay? What happens then is when you're fighting enemies for the first time or bosses for the first time,
who fucking cares?
You literally can't. By the time you see their attack coming and you try to dodge on reaction, it'll come out too late. What ends up happening is the game becomes more about memorization than reaction. And in a game like this, I think that reaction is better. I don't want to just sit there and memorize the whole game like I'm studying a textbook and then regurgitating inputs based on what I memorized. I want to react to what I see and have a chance to beat things first try. As it was, I didn't have that chance with the way the game was designed. Guess what? There's an alternate control scheme that fixes that. Run then becomes click in left thumbstick, and then dodge instantly happens by tapping B. Why on earth the game devs didn't make that the default control scheme, I have no idea. Would you not want more reactive controls? I just don't understand that at all. It doesn't make sense. They wanted to copy Dark Souls so bad, they actually made their default control scheme worse. Anyway, the game's much better now. And yesterday, I had the best stream of Another Crab's Treasure I've had so far. Basically, we went through an entire optional area, a hidden secret village that was very tough to get through, and a secret boss at the end. And when you beat him, you then get the ability to break those big glowing cubes that are all throughout the game. And when you break them, you get all kinds of good equipment. So no exaggeration, I went from like 25 to 28 damage to over 50 damage yesterday when it comes to, attack output. And I'm kicking ass now, and I'm like, wow, this is actually really cool now. I'm so powerful. Plus, I started utilizing the hammer more. I got a new ability, a teleport punch special move that is superbly good. So I'm just having a great time with it. Yesterday was definitely the best stream of the game we had done so far, and I actually can't wait to play it again tomorrow as we continue our deep sea investigation of all these secret cubes throughout the stages, and then finally advancing the game. So, good stuff there. If you like FromSoft games, if you want to see a unique one, and you want to see me really getting into it and enjoying myself, despite the fact I do die. Don't get me wrong, I'm dying and making mistakes, and it's not just a walk in the park, this game. It's very challenging. Check out the Another Crab's Treasure playthrough.
Fuck that shit. Guys, remember, if I miss anything on the card, I don't try and miss things on the bingo card. If I do miss things on the bingo card, by all means, please tag me in the chat and let me know. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me, you know, sometimes I will miss things on the card, but that's where it's a group effort, it's a community effort, you know, it's just like if I miss something, you guys fucking harass the crap at me and go, oh, you dumb Scottish fuck boy, you fucking missed fucking creepy whisper or something, you know, just don't be afraid to let me know I missed something, and then we can, you know, if we need to check it, we can check it, whatever, not sure, or just take it off and carry on.
Now, as I already said, there were no late stream, there was no late stream content last night because I was doing private Patreon videos. Those are now in the bag for the month. So now for the rest of the month, I can actually stay here with all of you and hang out with you and do double streams.
Who fucking cares?
Cool. No massive interruptions like we had last month. Remember, like last month, many weeks I couldn't stream. Well, no, this month, full time I'm here to hang out with all of you, and I'm very excited for that. Okay, let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week, and then we're gonna jump into this game news topic because I still can't get over it, man. These game news is just, it's absolutely ridiculous at this point. Okay, all right, so hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay. Schedule-wise, today it's more Fallout 4. Yes, the Melee Idiot Savant build continues. Yes, I'm hoping that we will have a great time together, and you guys will stick around and be a part of the fun. And you know, I hope that the engagement will come back. I don't know what happened on Saturday. We've had a series of streams that were really good for Fallout 4. Everyone was enjoying, talking, having a good time. And like I said, when people seem to be enjoying and having a good time, the support comes with it. And all of a sudden on Saturday, it was like the complete and polar opposite. Like people had lost interest in the game. And I'm like, I don't get it. It's the same game. I'm the same guy. Nothing's changed. So what exactly happened? I'm trying to figure it out. And, you know, I want to give it another chance. I want to chalk it up to maybe just a one-off day, right? I hope today things will go better for Fallout 4 because I've enjoyed having it as a daytime stream in the rotation. I was hoping to get another couple weeks out of the game before the new games hit this month. Okay? And today we're going to do fun stuff. We're in the northeast of the map, and we just arrived at the camp of the ghouls. Have a bunch of missions for us. Then next to us is where we get that the mission for, I forgot his name now. I totally forgot his name, but we have another mission structure there. And then right next to that is Salem, Massachusetts, which has the Museum of Witchcraft and other missions. So there's like a ton of content where we are now in the game, and I'm just focusing on that stuff today, I figure. I said, let's do that. Let's stay in this northeast corner and just go about and see what we can find and maybe get some leveling and have a good time. Plus, we have Nick as our companion now, which is awesome, to actually have a really good companion. So I'm excited for today. Hope you'll stick around after the stream for a great Fallout 4 session. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is more Street Fighter 6. Zangief madness continues as I attempt to get Zangief leveled up and to master rank before the big update coming on May 22nd.
Who genuinely fucking cares, Phil? Honestly, fuck.
Who fucking cares?
I mean, Phil, you're not that fucking good at the fighting game. You want to fucking pretend you're fucking good at the fighting game, but you're not really. You want to fucking pretend as you're still fucking 2005 and you're somewhat barely relevant in the fucking east coast of America. Whereas like, oh, look at me fucking being so good at fucking Super Turbo 2 and some broken Neo Geo port conversion in the game which didn't work properly. That is one of the absolute funniest fucking parts about Phil's fucking claim to fame about fucking, you know, like he bitches and whines and moans about how fucking Street Fighter 5 played and how it's fucking, no, they ruined the game, they broke the fucking game and they got rid of Footsie and they got rid of this and that. His biggest claim to fame ever from fucking playing Street Fighter was on a fucking broken version of Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? So he relied on a broken version to have his prominence.
Okay, so let's see how it goes tonight. Last time around, it was rough going. I did get Zangief a lot more ranking points, but I lost a ton. And I'm hoping to get better at some of Zangief's toughest matchups, because I'm not losing a whole bunch of those matches. But I guess we'll see. You know, right now he's really not doing well against any of the top tiers. It just seems like he's not designed to do well in that regard. So, yeah.
If he's not designed to do well, then how come Snake Eyes is so fucking good with him? Riddle me that, Phil.
I hope you'll come back tonight, and should be a good time. What's going on? The allow gifted memberships link isn't working for you. It's probably because those @ references don't work anymore. YouTube broke them. Oh no, it works for me. I clicked on it and it works for me. I just tried it and it actually worked. So it
wow, he got so easily derailed in his own stream there because someone went and suggested, oh, something doesn't work right. And Phil's like, something doesn't not work right that could affect me monetarily. Let me pause everything immediately and see what I can do about this and make sure it's working.
It must be on your end something, because that I just clicked on it and it literally worked for me and even had the pop-up that said allow gifted membership. So it does work.
Who fucking cares?
Okay. If it says the allow gift option isn't available on this channel, it means that you have a branded channel and you cannot get a gifted membership.
So that's me. This channel is a branded channel, so I can never see gifted memberships. It's terrible, I know, but it is what it is. Nothing I can do. Bugged YouTube mechanics.
That's what it means. Okay.
Why is that fucking funny? I don't get it.
Anyway. Continuing on here. That's today. Tomorrow, we're gonna do another Crab's Treasure stream. Yeah, so that's going to be the day stream tomorrow. Is another Crab's Treasure. Tomorrow night, the night stream is completely up in the air. Here's the options that I'm thinking of. Number one, if you want, we can do another Helldivers 2 stream. I'm down for bringing back Helldivers 2 as a late night chill stream of multiplayer. However, last time that I did it last weekend, when I did it as a night stream, it didn't work. People actually were disengaged and talking about other topics. And yeah, support was really bad on that stream. And I said, I hope it's just a one-off. But then it just so happens this week we were very busy with stuff and didn't get a chance to do one. But I could bring it back and give it another shot. Or...
Oh, that was such a meaty, robust snort. Hold on. We must examine that snort and appreciate it for all it's fucking worth. Despite his microphone filters, despite him doing everything he can in his own power to stop and limit the amount of snorts you hear on that microphone, we still managed to get a big juicy one go right through, all past those filters, all past the microphone filters, past the noise gate, past the fucking everything else.
Chance to do one.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Oh, thank you very much to Anime Slayer for the super chat. It says, have a good day, got a 4-hour drive home tomorrow. That sounds like a pretty lengthy drive, you know what I mean? Bloody hell, I mean, wherever you were. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you had a good time and all that jazz. But yeah, safe travels. Hopefully it's a straightforward, uneventful journey. Now, let me traumatize you with playing Phil's snort very slowly and very loudly. There you go. You're welcome. That's your fucking... That's what I've got to say about that. Just such a big beefy snort, you know. The microphone filters could not comprehend and handle the power of that snort.
But I could bring it back and give it another shot. Or we could just do a late night chill stream where all we do is just hang out and talk, which I'd be okay with. Just hanging out and talking, and having a good time, just, you know, relaxing to end the week. We do these streams about once a month, and they usually do pretty well when it comes to people coming by and hanging out and engaging with the...
And throwing money at you. Yes, Phil. Throwing money at you.
With the content. And a lot of people said they like the idea of just hanging out with me rather than every stream having to be dedicated to a game or dedicated to a react. Instead, just kind of hanging out and having a good time shooting the shit. I'm okay with that too. So let's see what you guys want to do. All right, let me know what you're interested in doing. And you know,
are the options fucking either Q&A stream or fucking what do you call it game? The fucking Helldivers game. Is that the options? Helldivers, which fucking died for the last time I played it because there's barely any support, or Q&A. So the fans have a choice. I would have a fucking 2-hour Q&A stream, or I get to fucking have a gameplay stream of a game they don't really care about anymore.
We'll figure it out. Basically, by the end of today, I kind of have to figure out what it is that I want to do tomorrow night. Okay? I'm down for whatever. If you have other ideas too, of something to do on the late stream, I'm down for that too. It's just that it really is a one standalone stream of just can be anything. The one thing I don't want to do is Street Fighter back-to-back, because I'm also doing Street Fighter on Friday night. So you don't want to do Street Fighter, right? So that's why I want to kind of break it out. I'm off of streaming on Thursday, all right? And I hope you guys will have a safe and fun one. Maybe get caught up on my content from the week while I'm not here. When I come back on Friday, it's a new game premiere, Little Kitty Big City. It's a game in the same vein as Untitled Goose Game, okay? But it stars a cat in a city. And no, his name is not Jasper Kitty. This is not the cat in the game. But this is my cat, who literally ran in here and jumped on me as I started talking about the kitty game. So, is it a coincidence?
Shut up, bitch!
Is it a coincidence, Jasper? Now, Jasper, don't drink my water like yesterday. That was very rude
Fuck
when
you
lit
and
my
your friends.
seltzer bottle live on stream. I told you, I don't go to your water and start drinking it, right? Now he's kneading my leg. What are you kneading my leg for? Hurry. What is going on here? Don't lick my water. How dare you? We almost did it again. Do not lick that water bottle. That is completely unacceptable. Yeah. So anyway, yes, Little Kitty Big City will premiere on Friday as the day stream. We're going to give it a look. I don't know if it's a game I'm interested in playing more than once. I want to see what it is. It is a Game Pass game. So we'll give it a look Friday. Friday night will be Friday Night Fights, more Zangief for Street Fighter 6. Saturday will either be another Crab's Treasure or Fallout 4, dependent. And then again, Saturday night, you know, not sure exactly what I want to do. Okay, so we'll see. But that's kind of the week. Next week, we're going to be balanced between another Crab's Treasure, trying out the kitty game, Fallout 4, Street Fighter 6. Those are the definites. And then we'll see what else we want to do around that, okay? Am I going to play Animal Well, a PC indie game published by Video Game Donkeys Publishing Company? I don't know anything about it. Is it coming out anytime soon, or is it out? Because I have an Indies Marathon scheduled for May 25th. So it might be a good time to check it out, as long as it's not like $100, which I doubt it is.
Well, it doesn't matter if it is, because you can only play it for, you play it for like less than 2 hours, then get the refund on Steam. If it's a Steam game, it doesn't matter the price of the game, you can get a refund for it if you don't play more than 2 hours.
Right, there you go. It comes out May 9th. Well, there you go. Why not nominate that game for my upcoming Indies Marathon event? You can nominate games right now by typing !Indies in the chat. And then maybe we could play that game during the Indies Marathon.
You fucking stop exploiting that poor goddamn cat for money, you greedy fucking dick, and fucking get it a blood test already.
And see what it's all about and see if it's any good. I'd be down for that. Okay. Why does Jasper wear a collar if he doesn't go outside? Number one, because the bell on his collar lets us know where he is, so he doesn't sneak up on us. And number two, because if he accidentally does get outside, it has our information on it. Not to say that he ever should, but I mean, there have been a few times where, you know, he runs into the garage, or, you know, the back door's open, maybe he's going to run, you know what I mean? You never know. So that's why. It's a safety measure. Okay. So that's what's going on schedule-wise. I already just mentioned we have an Indies Marathon coming up. It is a PC-centric Indies Marathon on May 25th. It's a Saturday. All day long, I'll be playing indie games that you guys aren't currently nominating. You can do that right now by typing !Indies into the stream chat. All right? And I hope that you will nominate a variety of games for me, because I don't know what I've been missing in indies recently. I'm not in the know on that. But the more or the most nominated games will get into a final poll in probably about a week's time. Okay, and then after that, you guys will be voting for about a week on what games will actually play during the marathon. Okay, so please nominate, and thank you for that. Are we ready?
I'm counting this as player hands.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
First bingo of the game, baby.
Ready to talk about this news, man? Because, all right, everyone. I would normally say this is everyone's favorite segment, but being that today we have such downer news, I don't want to say it's everyone's favorite segment at this point. I don't think it's not really the time for jokes. All right, so let's begin with the news that was happening overnight. Okay, first of all, Remedy Entertainment has canceled a game that literally we just found out about. If you remember, it was about a week or two ago. Remedy Entertainment came out and said, hey, here's all the stuff we're currently working on, you know, for the next year or two. And one of these games that they had mentioned was a game called Kestrel. And everyone was like, what the hell's Kestrel? Like, we know Control, and we know Control's getting a sequel and a spinoff. We know, obviously, Alan Wake. Like, we know all that. And then they said, Kestrel. And it's like, what is that? Well, codename Kestrel had a small team working on it. It was an early concept stage of a game that was going to be a premium online cooperative multiplayer game. But what does that mean? What would it play like? Nobody knows, and they already canceled it and said, nah, we're not going to do it. They're just going to focus on single player content. So I guess that's good. I guess that's what's for the best. If basically they know that their niche is single player experiences, and they just wanted to dabble in multiplayer, and they tried to work on it, and they were like, nah, that's fine. At least they didn't put an insane amount of effort into it before they canceled it. So that's just a little snippet of game news. No one really knew about it anyway, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Overnight, Nintendo shocked the world. Although I don't find this news shocking at all. All right, I think it's just inevitable that it was going to come out. But of course, people freak out and act like it's a big deal. So this is an actual Twitter post from the Nintendo Company Limited official account. Ready? This is Furukawa, president of Nintendo. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year.
Did he actually manage to fucking say it properly there?
So, we will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch.
He kind of did say it properly, kinda. Kinda. It was like halfway between properly saying it, yeah. He kinda said it properly. But kinda, but not quite. But it's certainly better than his usual fucking efforts. Assessor. So there you go. Although, Maybe Phil managed to fucking say it almost properly because he's trying to sound Asian.
This is Furukawa, president of Nintendo. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024, but please be aware there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation.
And we're back to successor. We're fucking back to successor. The same tweet, the same word appears twice in that tweet, but he fucking gives up and goes back to fucking successor.
So, number one, appreciate the president of Nintendo getting ahead of this. Why? Because so many times these guys say nothing, right? And they try to keep it under wraps. And what ends up happening is ridiculous, rampant speculation, baseless assumptions. People saying absolutely ridiculous things like, oh, there's a Nintendo Direct coming up, and so you know they're going to talk about Switch 2, right? Which is ridiculous. That because no one ever has any information about that, but they always just make it up to try to have clickbait news and stuff. I almost feel like this is the president of Nintendo, Furukawa, literally saying, I don't want drama around this nonsense. I'm going to just announce this ahead of time so that way no one can make stuff up, which is a good approach in my opinion. Transparency is appreciated. So the two things you learn here, number one, they're making a new Switch. We already knew that. Right now, is it going to be called the Switch? Probably not. But we already knew they're going to make a new console. I mean, the real announcement would have been, oh, we've decided to get out of the console business. So I'm like, what? Nintendo's like done? No. We knew they were going to make another console, right? I mean, Switch is one of their most profitable consoles of all time. Why in the holy heck would they not make another one, right? The real news here is that they're going to talk about it in the next fiscal year. So that means, you know, within the end of this year, we're going to know about this new console. Now, we're not going to probably be able to buy it, but at least we're going to have information of it. And I would guess, if that's the case, it probably means, excuse me, that they're probably going to sell it next year or next fiscal year. Okay? Now, the other thing that I appreciate is that he literally says, even though there's a Nintendo Direct coming up in June, there's no new console information in it. Good. Good for saying that, because too many idiots on the internet just make shit up about it and keep saying, oh, we're going to get all this information about it and we're going to, here's our speculation, here's our hype. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't work for Nintendo. You don't know anything. You just make shit up for people to click on your garbage content, you know?
Phil, you're one of the people that clicks on that garbage content because you fucking rely on that garbage content to make up your DSP news segments.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, fucking dick.
Oh, and it's stupid because people believe it. They actually build up hype and stuff around stuff that's just nonsensical. So anyway, I hope that when they do announce it, it's going to be something better to what gamers would really want. But if we look at Nintendo's track record, the answer is probably no, it will not be. Nintendo is infamous for completely disregarding fan feedback when it comes to designing consoles, right? What do the fans want? We want more powerful hardware on the inside so that we can actually...
No, hold on. Before you even fucking keep talking, Phil. The Nintendo Switch has been the highest selling console they've ever fucking made, it sounds like. I mean, is that what Phil said earlier on? Like, it has been such a juggernaut of a fucking success story for them. It has done tremendously well for them. If the fans didn't like the console, they wouldn't have fucking bought it in droves. But Phil's argument to that would probably be, all Nintendo fanboys will buy anything. I guarantee he's going to mention the word fanboy here, I guarantee you.
Right? What do the fans want? We want more powerful hardware on the inside so that we can actually have our games look as good as the competitors, right? Imagine a Mario game or a Zelda game that's running in full 1080p 60 frames with insane amounts of detail, or hell, even 4K, right? My God, it would blow your socks off. Instead, we got some of the worst looking games and worst performing games. I mean, are you kidding me? Tears of the Kingdom was a great game that looked awful. It's just sad that they don't care about being competitive. Instead, they always have to...
Tears of the Kingdom looked fantastic. Look, not every single fucking game has to be fucking hyper photorealistic to be a good fucking game. Look, Pong wasn't a fucking hyper-realistic looking game, and yet that was a very successful thing. Fucking Space Invaders was not fucking hyper-realistic, and yet that was a phenomenal game. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog wasn't fucking photorealistic. Phil, all these games, it's about the game being fun to fucking play. It doesn't have to be fucking super fucking high def, photorealistic, 60 frames, 4K, blow the fucking bollocks off you. You know what I mean? As long as a game, the first and foremost, the number one criteria for a game to be fucking good and fun to play should be the gameplay. It shouldn't be about the fucking graphics. This is not some sort of fucking art exhibition here we're trying to fucking attend. The first number one priority has to be, is it a good, fun game to play. And I mean, I've never played, you know, Zelda games, for example, but looking at Tears of the Kingdom, that looked like a very great game. Like, it looked like a very fun game. And you didn't need it to be fucking photorealistic to tell it looked like a fun gaming experience. It was a very bright, colourful, vibrant game, and it looked like a great. It looked great fun. Like, anytime I've seen people play that game, it looked like they were having fun. Apart from Phil, of course, because, you know, people made fun of him for playing the game wrong.
A gimmick, right? We're gonna waggle around with motion controls. We're gonna have
Phil, can you demonstrate waggling around again?
about being competitive. Instead, they always have to have a gimmick, right? We're gonna waggle around with.
Okay, yeah, just I'll let you insert your own memes here of what Phil is imagining here. Yeah. Oh, how he misses John Rambo.
Motion controls. We're gonna have a stupid screen controller no one ever asked for or wanted. We're gonna have a console that's not really a home console. It's a hybrid, portable console, home hybrid, but now it's weak because of that. Like, how about you just make a fucking console that's good? You ever think about that? Like, back in the day with, like, Super Nintendo, like, what was the thing that Nintendo innovated? Better technology in the carts, so it looked better than anything else of their competition, and an innovative controller that allowed better games to be developed, right? Can you tell me one game developed for Switch that's better because it was developed for Switch? Can anyone, literally, can you put your hand up and say, oh yeah, well, this game is Switch exclusive, and it's really good because it was on Switch? No. Nintendo has lost their way when it comes to what they're good at. Innovation is great, but gimmicks are not. They need to innovate to make better gameplay experiences, not just say, oh, we don't do what everyone else does, so here's an underpowered console that has a finicky, wonky thing that we can claim as a gimmick that's cool. When you know, in reality, I think what people would rather happen is have better games, right? And I hate to say it, right now, my Switch is gathering dust, and has been for quite some time, last few years, right? Maybe we turn that sucker on 2 times, 3 times a year tops, while the other consoles are constantly being used, right? It's sad. Like, there's nothing to play on that dang thing. Yet they say, oh, it's the best-selling console. I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. If it's the best-selling console, if there's no good games to play on it, it doesn't matter. You know? Just because people who aren't mainstream gamers and aren't people who play games all the time casually bought your console in droves just like they did the Wii, doesn't mean that the console has done anything for the games industry. So, yeah, I am sad at Nintendo's track record, and I would hope that with the new console, they will turn things around. Do I have any kind of confidence? No. However, I will say this. We may finally get new titles we've been waiting for. How about an actual new Mario Kart game for the first time in like a decade? That would be nice. How about a new Mario? We didn't have a new Mario since the launch of the Switch in 2017 at the 3D Mario, and Odyssey was amazing. You know, I would like to have better first-party games at this point than we're really getting. 1 or 2 a year is not enough, and now we're at the point where there's like nothing. Like, what exactly is coming out? Well, we're going to find out in June. That's what he's saying here. This direct in June essentially is going to explain the final life cycle games of the Switch. You know? The Switch wasn't a bad console, in my opinion, but man, to me, it just didn't feel like important or special. For a lot of people, I guess it was. For them, it was their generation's Wii. But for me, it was just like, eh. So, some games were beautiful on it, you know? And that's the sad part. It's like I said, Mario.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Ira for the super chat, who says he's somehow making Chad Warden seem sane. I'm not too familiar with who Chad Warden is, but Phil has a habit of making anyone look more normal based on his own rants, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way Phil is. You know what I mean? He would make like the most villainous people to ever exist look not that bad next to him, depending on what Phil's like saying or doing at that point in time. Like, he has that ability to fucking, you know, not make people around him be less fucking evil or sort of toxic.
Dog, what's up?
Yeah, thank you very much, Barrett Wells, as well, for summing up. Nothing will ever be good enough for Phil. That is pretty much the fucking, that is it right there. That's hit the nail on the head. Look at him complaining about the fucking PlayStation 5 a week or 2 ago, because he saw in the box the console was capable of running like 4K and all that shit. You know what I mean? But he was expecting every single game to be 4K, but it wasn't, because the console was capable of it. But that's things like DVDs or whatever. The games couldn't fucking do it, so he was fucking having to go at Sony. He was bitching and whining and moaning about Sony and all that shit. 4K, yeah. nothing will ever be good enough for him. Yeah, so Bartwell's hit a nail on the head, you know. It doesn't matter what a fucking game developer will do, or what a console creator will fucking give him. It will never, ever, ever be good enough for Phil Burnell. That's just the way it's going to be. And he has a particular hate boner for Nintendo, and he has had one for a long fucking time now. He complained about fucking Amiibos, he complained about the fucking Nintendo Wii U, he put it in the fucking bin, for God's sake. He dumped that shit in the bin, remember? So, yeah, he's always had a problem with this kind of shit, you know what I mean? And he's, of course, he thinks he knows better. So here's someone demanding something else, but he hasn't got the fucking intelligence to tell them what he wants. All he knows is he wants something different. Like he wants a hyper powerful Nintendo console that can run 4K 60 frames per second, but still be a Nintendo console. I don't think that is actually possible. I think he's asking for the impossible right now.
It was just like, So some games were beautiful on it, you know, and that's the sad part. Is like I said, Mario Odyssey ran superbly good on it. So it doesn't explain why games like Breath of the Wild or the recent Pokemon Scarlet and Violet run absolutely horribly on it. It just, you know, it just doesn't even seem to make much sense. I don't know. So I hope whatever they come out with will be a better piece of hardware that people can develop for and actually have games run better. But we know Nintendo, right? At this point, you would be kind of fooling yourself to think that what next console they put out will actually be powerful. Okay. Okay, guys, it's time for the main event of the news today. It is so sad. It is very upsetting. I'm just going to forewarn you all. All right. Oh, wait, no, it's not. There's another story. I'm sorry. There's one more story. This is what I mean. Like, today had so much news. Guess what? Do you remember that story that I talked about a few weeks ago, that the United States government has passed a law, and President Biden signed it into law, stating that TikTok, that's right, the social media app that all the kiddies are into, owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance, all right, essentially is going to be outlawed in the United States and blocked as of January of 2025 unless the company is divested. What that means is that our government is legally forcing this company to be sold off to a non-Chinese company, or else they're just going to block it.
Well, that's not exactly what it is. They're not forcing the company to do anything. If they want to operate within the United States, you know, they have to kind of do that. But no, the company can just say, fuck that shit, no thanks. They don't have to fucking do that.
All right? Now you might say, I don't get it. Why? Here we go. Here's the actual reasoning. U.S. lawmakers from both parties, both Republican and Democrat, as well as administration and law enforcement officials, have expressed concerns that Chinese authorities could force ByteDance to hand over U.S. user data or sway public opinion by manipulating the algorithm that populates users' feeds. Some have also pointed to a Rutgers University study that maintains TikTok content was being amplified or underrepresented based on how it aligns with the interests of the Chinese government, which the company disputes. So what's going on? The U.S. government is saying, because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, the Chinese government is not like us. They regularly interfere in the lives of their citizens.
Phil, newsflash, a lot of governments are kind of like one another when it comes to monitoring what their citizens can do. Now, China are also quite strict about it, however, you know what I mean? Like, you know, let's put it this way. You would probably get away more often in America of saying fuck the president. You know what I mean? In America, you can probably openly say fuck the president, and people won't bat an eye. If you do that in China, you might get a knock on the door. But most governments around the world do seem to kind of have quite a tight leash on their citizens, essentially, and they are quite intent on tracking and knowing what their citizens are doing at most times. That's such a weird thing. So hold on. Let me just rewind, Phil, and let's see what Phil's expert take on this is. Full context.
What's going on? The U.S. government is saying, because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company, the Chinese government is not like us. They regularly interfere in the lives of their citizens and regularly interfere in how the companies act and are controlled. And they're afraid that the Chinese government at any moment could go, give us all the data and manipulate the data to make a narrative true on your app. Apparently, that's not allowed in companies outside of China, but apparently in China it's okay, or at least that's what our government is insinuating. Okay? So why am I bringing this up today? Because guess what? TikTok is suing the United States government. It is official. They have filed their lawsuit. Here's what they're saying. Okay? This is from a local news station, K5 news article, so I will be reading from it just to give credit where credit is due. The popular social video company alleged that the law which President Joe Biden signed into law as part of a larger $95 billion foreign aid package is so obviously unconstitutional that the sponsors of the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act are trying to portray this law not as a ban, but as a regulation of TikTok's ownership. The law requires TikTok's parent ByteDance to sell the platform within 9 months. If a sale's in progress, then they'll get an additional 3 months to finish it. But
Falls out additional. That counts.
Burger.
ByteDance has said it doesn't have any plans to sell TikTok. Even if it wanted to divest, the company would have to get a blessing from Beijing, hence the Chinese government we were just talking about, which previously opposed a forced sale of the platform and has signaled its opposition this time around. TikTok and ByteDance argued in the lawsuit it really isn't being given a choice. The qualified divestiture demanded by the act to allow TikTok to continue operating in the United States is simply not possible. It's not commercially, not technologically, and not legally, they're saying. Okay? So, that's what's going on. So, if this company is not sold off by, I think they said, like the end of September, October, something like that, then it will literally be banned in the United States as of January. Okay? We already talked about this. So, let's get rid of this guy. So, yes, what's going to happen here? I don't know. Sounds to me like they're going to get banned, because I don't think ByteDance is going to sell. We already talked about this, that this company is worldwide. It's not just American. This is a company that in China it's big, in Europe it's big, in other countries outside of the US it's big. TikTok is a worldwide, very popular app. If the United States government says you must sell because we don't trust the Chinese government, you know what they're going to say? Well, fuck off then. You just can't use it. If anything, they might just ban Americans from using it, right?
And just remember, there are web platforms around the world that are huge, which don't really have a Western audience. You know what I mean? Like China have their own version of like Twitter, for example. You know what I mean? Like and all that. And what's that thing called? Isn't there a marketplace which is similar to Amazon? But I can't mind what it's called. It's something that's similar to. I can't mind what it is. You know what I mean? But it's pretty fucking huge. Do you think it's called Bible? I thought it was like Weibo or something. But AliExpress. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of AliExpress. As far as I'm aware, I mean, I'm not sure if it does have much of a Western presence. I don't ever use it. Yeah, and China have Weibo. That's the version of Twitter they call it Weibo. Yeah, which is, to be honest, you know, that is quite closely monitored. You can't really. Their version of Twitter is monitored for kind of chatter. Put it that way. You know what I mean? Or Weibo, whatever. Yeah, but either or. I was thinking of AliExpress, and yeah, I mean, to be fair. Just because my impression was that it wasn't that big in the West compared to elsewhere in the world. Tako's buys a lot of things on AliExpress, so fair enough. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I'm just fucking, you know, I'm not too clued up or whatever, you know what I mean. But the fact still remains. Some of these websites and platforms and businesses or whatever still are quite big anyway in the grand scheme of things. When you know, outside the West. But yeah, fuck, I don't know. It's just Phil and his fucking political takes are always fucking entertaining.
I don't know. To me, here's the thing. To me, it's not big news. To a lot of people, apparently it is. I guess TikTok is huge. It's something that's used by tons of people.
Look, TikTok's a massive fucking thing. I don't personally fucking use it, but it's the fact of the matter is it's pretty much the hottest social media thing going. And it's like so many people fucking use it.
And they see it like culture will change if people in America can't use TikTok. I mean, there's entire content creators that make all their content on TikTok, and they're not going to be allowed to anymore.
But it doesn't affect you, so what? You don't fucking care.
Anyway, one other news story before we get to the big one. Bob Iger, the current CEO of Disney, has announced that Marvel Studios are now going to reduce their output of content. There will only be 2 to 3 Marvel movies released in a year, and only 2 TV shows per year, period. Well, it's about damn time, because let me tell you, when they keep releasing spin-off shows of some character I've never heard of or don't care about, right? It's like, well, it's about goddamn time. You know, maybe we didn't need that 17th Marvel movie of crap that no one cares about, right? They were shoveling shit so hard for like 5 or 6 years there. It's about time. And, you know, maybe that will actually fix it, because right now I do feel like we have insane amounts of oversaturation in Marvel content.
Phil, this is not gaming news. The title of your DSPN segment is Gaming News by Phil Burnell. This is not gaming news.
And that's a problem, right? Like, that's literally a problem. People just aren't going to the movies to watch Marvel movies that much anymore. It's, you know, it's funny because he says we're going to do 2 to 3 Marvel movies a year. Like, literally, that's the amount of movies that people go to see out of the 10 that we're releasing. 2 to 3 would do well. And then the other 7 would be shitty and fail. And no one would care about them, right? Excuse me. So, yeah. I'm happy for the fact that it sounds like they're wising up. Stop oversaturating, you know? Now, what's next? Star Wars? Because I think Star Wars is also kind of oversaturating with their 100 TV shows that they're releasing. So I guess we'll see. Okay. The big news. Are you ready? I've been trying, if you haven't noticed, I've been trying to delay talking about it because I'm not happy. I'm actually quite upset. Breaking news. Microsoft is closing multiple game developers this morning. Okay? 4, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Here's the 4 that are closing. Arcane Austin. And Arcane Austin is responsible for the recent massive failure Redfall. The Elder Scrolls Online co-developer Roundhouse. So they were a company that was working exclusively on Elder Scrolls Online. They're getting laid off. Alpha Dog, who's made Mighty Doom. If you don't remember, that was the game that was like Doom with like the cutesy characters or whatever. And I think that was, I don't know if it ever hit consoles, but I think it was a mobile game. And now here's the big one, the one that everyone is like, what? Are you ready? Tango Gameworks, the makers of the recent actual smash hit Hi-Fi Rush. What? Huh? They just made a hit game. Remember? It was the game that everyone was talking about last year, that no one even knew it existed, and then they dropped it on Game Pass. I think it was February 2023, and people played it and were like, whoa, this game is seriously good. So if this is an idea of what Tango Gameworks can do, this is amazing. The game actually won awards for sound design and all kinds of stuff. And they're lading the studio off. Now, to be fair, Tango Gameworks also made The Evil Within 1 and 2, and Hi-Fi Rush was actually a departure for them from their usual formula of content that they would make. The Evil Within 1 was a smash hit success. Of course, at that point, if you remember, Shinji Mikami was still working for the company. It was his company to begin with, and it was supposed to be his own edition of a Resident Evil game. It did very well, and then it led them to make a sequel. However, what happened with The Evil Within 2, I feel, is probably one of those sad, really infamous mismanagement stories that you hear in the game industry. So, Evil Within 2 dramatically improved upon the original game in every way. The graphics were better, the gameplay elements and controls were better, the game opened up and wasn't just linear like the first game, but instead had many open areas you could explore with optional side quests and content. And overall, the plot was better and had a definitive and fun ending. What happened with it? I'll tell you what happened with it. They completely mismarketed it. Unlike Evil Within 1, where you saw ads everywhere, in the stores, on TV, online, there was almost no marketing whatsoever for Evil Within 2. No one even knew it was coming out, besides those following game release schedules. And so when it came out, everyone was like, huh? I didn't even know that was out. And then I played it, I was blown away how good it was, and sadly, no one knew about it. Like, people were learning about the game by coming to my streams. And I was like, what? That's stupid. You know, I don't know what happened, why they marketed the hell out of the first Evil Within. It did really well. Then they decided to just not market the second one. And they just thought it was going to do good. That's not how gaming works. You know, that's not how business works or the industry. It doesn't make a lot of sense at all. Then remember, the next game that they made was Ghostwire Tokyo. And if you remember, Ghostwire Tokyo originally actually was supposed to be Evil Within 3, but then got changed into a totally different project about halfway through, redesigned to be a first-person ghost hunting game. And personally, I think visually it's nice and the story is interesting. It just gets far too repetitive. Once you get about halfway into the game, it loses its steam because there's nothing else the game offers in the new gameplay department. But I mean, anytime, all right, that you hear of studios closing, you're sad, all right? But this is what? The 6th or 7th time in the last 4 months that we have heard of this happening in the games industry? And is it just me, or are we seeing a pattern now? Since Microsoft has bought Activision Blizzard, they just keep doing layoffs after layoffs after layoffs after layoffs, okay? So by the way, a lot of people have a lot to say about this. First of all, FYI, Redfall is...
Oh, for God's sake. Well, we got FYI ticked off anyway.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
Well, you have no prior experience in the games industry. You have no concept of what it's like to work in this sort of environment. You have no inside information to fucking share with people as to what's actually going on. You are grossly misinformed here. All you do is consume games and play games, and you don't bother to do any fucking research into the development of these games and how they came to fucking be. You just fucking wait to consume them, you fucking play them, you fucking shit all over them, and then you fucking move on to the next fucking game. So don't even fucking pretend that one, you care about the fucking game developers that have lost their fucking jobs, or two, they fucking know what you're fucking talking about. Because back to one, you call for people to fucking boycott fucking companies all the time. Oh, you don't like Rockstar doing it? Stop buying their games. You fucking would love it if some game developers went out of fucking business. Just so you can fucking be proven right and all that shit, whatever it is. You don't care about people losing these fucking jobs, Phil. You don't have to fucking pretend you fucking care. Just to appear more fucking empathetic. But people that know you know better. And we know fucking better. You don't give a shit.
Completely done. After the game only being out for about 1 year, all production has been halted. Redfall's previous update is its last. They're ending all development on the game. Its servers will remain online for players to enjoy. However, there was a planned DLC that people already paid for in kind of a seasonal package, and Microsoft is claiming they're going to do a make good offer to make up for the fact that the DLC will never exist. What that will be, I have no idea. But dude, at this point, I just got to say to people out there, let this be a cautionary tale. Do not buy these season passes, because at any moment now, it seems like these game companies can do whatever they want, slash budgets, fire and lay off people, and the next thing you know, you got latched into seasonal content that ain't even gonna exist, right? Like, that's ridiculous. They didn't even let them finish the DLC as promised by the original sales of the game. So that's really sad. So people all over the internet are speaking up about this. First of all, the guy who's the overall head of Arcane, not the guy that's head of Arcane Austin, but I forget his name. I forgot because I had it and I cut it off. Oh, here it is. Dinga Bakaba. He's the actual head of Arcane Studios. All right. Went on social media and actually posted up things that people never expected that the head of a studio would post. Here's what he posted word for word. This is absolutely terrible. Permission to be human. To any executive who may be reading this, a friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment and cultural industry, and your business as a corporation.
I'm sorry, Phil said friendly reminder.
Burger.
I'm counting that as friend.
Reading this. A friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment and cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists and entertainers and help them create value for you. Don't throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as straw men for miscalculations and blind spots. Don't make our work environments Darwinist jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Well, make us proud when these times are tough.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Prophet for the super chat, who says, promising a DLC that'll never happen. Project 7 reboot. Yeah, pretty much. Phil is, I mean, that's what I'm saying, it's incredible. Like, when you think back, that's not the only kind of hypocritical thing Phil's done. He's done tons of hypocritical things. But because you mentioned Project 7, it makes me think of Respect the Pact, a team of editors that also never got paid.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to King Be Cruel for a super chat who says, Phil loves to seem like he cares, he's mastered it. Phil's fantastic at fucking pretending he fucking cares, not only for his audience, but the subjects he's talking about. It's basically King Be Cruel. It's kind of how people like you fell for the prognosis. Because you genuinely thought Phil actually cared about you for a brief moment in time. Like, you were unironically entertained by Phil, you consumed the content, and you thought, this guy seems reasonable enough. You fell for the prognosis. And then when you stop being, when you dare to have a contrary opinion or whatever, not even that, when you dare to fucking say something you thought was funny, and it didn't go well with him, didn't sit right with him, did Phil give you the benefit of doubt? No, he fucking threw your ass right under the bus, then ran over and backed up and ran over again. God no, Jesus, how fucking dare you fucking mock Phil for saying that a game was like him? for real. Fuck me, man. For God's sake. But yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying before, I just find it funny when Prophet mentioning Project 7. And like, Respect the Pact never got paid. Arkham Edits never got paid. And Phil's current team of editors also do all that work unpaid. Not even $5 thrown their way for all their efforts. They just Yep, you know, do the work for me. The guys, this is what I want you to do. Put in all this effort, all this work, all this time, hours and hours and hours of trying to make my garbage content look slightly less garbage, and then I can profit from it. And you guys don't even get exposure because you guys are remaining anonymous. Because people will make fun of you if anyone knows who the fuck you are. You get no shout out, no money, no gratification, just give Phil content so he can make more money from you.
We know you can because we've seen it before. That is scathing. He is outright saying that management essentially don't know what the fuck they're doing at Microsoft. They have absolutely no idea how to run the company. Just listen to what he said, right? Don't throw us into gold fever gambits, right? Hey, this game's going to be a gold rush, everyone. Rush, 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 push, 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 get this game out, right? Don't use us as strawmen for miscalculation and blind spots, right? If you're the management of a major gaming company and you put your eggs in a basket and it doesn't sell, whose fault was that?
I want Phil to try and explain the Darwinism part of that fucking message. Go on, Phil. Pretend you know what you're talking about.
You're the one who told those fucking people to make that game, right? I hearken this back, all right, to EA and the Mass Effect developer BioWare making Anthem. Literally, BioWare told EA, we don't want to make this game. We are not good at cooperative online experiences. We're good at single-player narrative-based games. Let us make what we can cook. Let us cook our specialty. To which EA said, no, make this game because it's hot now. They ended up putting out Anthem, and it's the biggest flop they've ever made. And now they haven't put out a game in so many years, it's ridiculous, right? So what essentially Mr. Bakaba is saying is that management at these companies are making these big gambles on these ads and certain genres. Oh, this will print money for us. This will print money for us. This will print money for us. And then when it doesn't, they blame the developers who were ordered to make the game. You're the ones in charge. You're the one steering the ship. This would be the equivalent of a captain of a ship, literally with his hands on the fucking steering wheel, driving it into a cliffside, and then blaming his crew.
Kind of like what you fucking did when you fucking sunk your channel into the fucking ground, when you fucking did all those fucking videos in 2015. Because you're the one in charge of your channel, you're the one in charge of your content, and then when you fucking got copyright strikes, what did you fucking do to try and counter all them? You tweeted all those videos you had on your channel. You fucking fell out the goddamn algorithm. No one told you to delete the videos. No one asked you to fucking delete the videos. But you fucking decided to do that, and then you fucking blamed YouTube and Machinima for you tanking your own channel with you at the wheel.
Why did you do that? Captain, you're the one, you have the fucking helm. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? You know? And then keep going. Don't
you know what, I'm gonna tick off Hateful Source.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning. We'll make our work environments Darwinish jungles. So essentially survival of the fittest. You know what that means. We all know what's going on in game development. We know the climate. We know how it works. They are forced to be overworked. They are forced to work insane amounts of hours.
Phil, you don't even fucking pretend like you understand what it's like to be overworked and working an insane amount of hours. You have no earthly concept of what that's actually fucking like.
God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
They are forced to crunch, crunch, crunch. And essentially what he's saying is those who are able to do it seem to be getting rewarded, applauded, you know, promoted. And those who are just normal fucking people and want to have a normal job are being basically told, well, survival of the fittest, too bad. Right? Right? It's pretty fucked up. So, and again, this is a big scathing statement. You say that we make you proud when we make a good game, we'll make us proud when times are tough. We know you can because we've seen it before. So he's saying is, why is it that when we make something good, you say good job, but then you don't actually try to figure out the root cause of what happened or even help us at all when a game goes poorly? Instead, you just lay us off, right? It's kind of fucked up. I agree. Again, do you really think that the people who made Redfall sat there and they said, you know, today we decided we're going to make a bad game because there's just too many good ones out there? I mean, we made the Thief series, or not Thief, we made the Dishonored series, you know, we made Prey, those are good games. You know, we made Deathloop, that's kind of a debatable. Critics really liked it, other people didn't, but at least, you know, it's at least overall positively received. You know, we decided now we're just going to make a turd. We're going to sit down, we're going to put all this time and effort into making a really horrible game, right? I'm sure that's what they did. I mean, that's what all these game developers do, right? They just decide actively to make trash.
So I love when Phil fucking tries to use these fucking arguments because you can use them pretty much directly on his own content. Well, if so, you can literally just fucking point to any of fucking Phil's videos and the ones that don't fucking perform for him. Does that mean Phil fucking did badly? That Phil didn't fucking try? That he set out to fucking make a turd video? A turd live stream? No, it's the game's fault. But that same game got you $100 before, Phil. So if it's a game to fucking blame for you only getting $2 this time round, why did the very same game get you $100 a previous stream? You got to make it make sense. So when you boil it all down, you can say, oh, it's the game developer didn't set out to make a fucking turd, and yet Phil Burnell, when he fucking has a fucking poor stream, he will blame the audience, he'll blame the game developers, he won't blame himself, of course. Because Phil hasn't done anything different from the previous stream where he did well financially, so it can't be him to blame. That's impossible.
Of course, right? In fact, what's funny about that is, if you remember when Redfall came out last year, and everyone knew the game was an unfinished, horrible mess, okay? Let's be honest here. What is going on, Jasper? He's standing here staring at me. When the game
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
came out, Phil Spencer himself was interviewed. And he said, Phil, you know, you own Bethesda now. Microsoft owns Bethesda. Bethesda owns Arcane. So how did this game come out like this? Everyone, you can play for 5 minutes, you know the game's not done. It's not polished. It's not finished. It's full of bugs. What happened here? And Phil Spencer's response was, you know, maybe we should have had a little bit more of a hands-on approach with that one. So let me get this straight. You bought a company. You dictated they put out a certain amount of games, certain style, and then you literally never checked on any of the projects. You just let them do whatever they wanted with no guidance, no help. You just said, just go ahead and make games, right? Yeah. Really, like if you're interviewing Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox Gaming, and the CEO, the guy in charge, says, oh, maybe we should have actually checked in on that one a little bit more.
I mean, how many games are being fucking developed for one fucking huge console? It's not as if Phil fucking Spencer can fucking be in every single fucking meeting for every single fucking game developer to establish what happens in a particular game, or for all the games being developed at that time. You know what I mean? So, do not mistake this for what it is. This is Phil Burnell's hate boner for Phil Spencer. Phil is a fucking Phil who's more successful than Phil. So this is just Phil Burnell being jealous of a different Phil who has far more money, far more popularity, and far more success than he has. And this Phil is also in the games industry, although he is like a creator of things or whatever, whereas Phil is a consumer of things. Therefore, Phil is just displaying his natural toxicity and jealousy towards a far more financially successful Phil.
Is this guy a fucking idiot? Does he not understand that's literally his job? He's in charge. So when Redfall comes out and is a piece of steaming dog shit, it's not finished, it's broken.
Phil, using your own same arguments, your throwback footage has stolen content from other creators. Are you to blame for that? It wasn't you that edited that. It was your team of unpaid dent-turns that fucking stole footage from other fucking creators and fucking put that in pretending it's your fucking footage for their throwback content. The remastered fucking content. But doesn't that mean you're fucking responsible for what is uploaded in that fucking channel? Because they're the ones that are including stolen footage. Using Phil's logic here, he is the one to fucking blame for that, and he is responsible. But if Phil's actually ever challenging it, and he gets fucking pushed on it, he will not accept responsibility. He will immediately blame the unpaid dent-turns for stealing footage.
Everyone in the community is panning it because it's so bad. Should it be Arcane that looks bad? No, it should be Phil fucking Spencer that looks bad. Because he's the one who's responsible. He's the one in charge. He's the one who's steering the ship. Why did he not know that the game was unfinished? What the fuck does he do all day? Really? What do you do? If you're the CEO of Xbox Gaming, you're not checking on the fucking games your company makes? Then what do you do? I want to know. Anyway. Good lord. So that's what Dingo Macabre said. He's the head of Arcane. He's very, very upset with this decision to basically lay off Arcane Austin. Okay? By the way, in a little bit of an extra aside here, Arcane Austin, before making Redfall and failing miserably, had actually worked on the first Dishonored and actually developed the 2017 version of Prey by itself. So Arcane made Prey. Prey was a good game. I'm just going to tell you guys, if you didn't play it, 2017's Prey is a very good game.
Who fucking cares?
It's got a really neat, interesting story. It's got fun gameplay elements. It's got a lot of horror elements that are done really, really well. Tons of content, spooky monsters, and a lot of different variations in the story depending on your choices and what secrets and things that you discover. It's a really great game. I'm pretty sad that this is now the end of the studio, honestly. Now, here we go. This is just, I gotta say this, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could make this up, but Xbox head of studios, Matt Booty, wrote an internal email to the staff saying the following: "We are making these tough decisions to create capacity to increase investment in other parts of our portfolio and focus on our priority games." What fucking games? Right now, realistically, can you say, anyone out there who follows the gaming industry, what are the big games that Microsoft is making right now?
Because they haven't announced it doesn't mean it's not fucking happening, Phil. Also, we have 100 likes on the bingo stream. That gives us a free space on the bingo card, our second free space of the game. But no, it doesn't mean a free space. It means you guys will get to enjoy the Bowser animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. Jasper? Shoot that motherfucker. Good cat. Oh, you fucking deserved that fucking double tap to the head today. Fucking hell.
Can you name a single fucking game? It ain't Halo. That failed. Is it Gears of War? We haven't heard from that in years, and the last one was good, but it's certainly not what it used to be in the original trilogy, right? What are the big games? It ain't Starfield. Starfield is a huge failure and flop, and no one fucking likes it, right? Like, what are they talking about? What fucking games? Elder Scrolls, which we have no idea when it's coming out, and you have no idea of any time frame we have no information about? What the fuck is he talking about? We're laying off people to focus on our big games. You don't have any big games. You are the head of Xbox Studios, and you have no fucking games. You are an idiot. You are inept at what you do, and you should be fucking fired for writing that email. Really. In fact, I'm going to say this, and you can quote me on this, and you can go ahead and clip this clip. All right? When these things are now happening, it's one thing if there's one round of layoffs. This is what? The third? Okay? Since Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, it's at this point becoming very clear that Microsoft was not ready to buy Activision Blizzard. Because if you're buying a giant company, you don't then lay off the equivalent number of employees from your existing company to make room for them. This is insanely bad management. All right? If you're going to make an incredible acquisition like that, you have to be ready for it. If you did that acquisition and you weren't ready for it, and now all these people are losing their jobs, there's only one solution. All right? The people who really should be losing their jobs are the people in management. Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and all the other executives who championed the Activision Blizzard acquisition and now have absolutely no way to make profits with the company besides laying people off. They should be the next on the chopping block. Immediately, they should lose their jobs. And they should have people who actually know what the fuck they're doing move in to right the ship. Because right now, you got Captain Phil Spencer and first in command, Matt Booty, and they literally have one hand on each side of the fucking wheel, driving the ship into the cliffside. And fucking splinters of wood are shooting everywhere, and the boat's capsizing, and everyone's abandoning ship. And everyone's like, oh, well, just keep them in charge, that's fine. In fact, give them another boat. Buy another boat to put them on, right? Well, are you fucking crazy? They don't know what they're doing. It's obvious at this point. The problem is, people like Phil Spencer, okay, are sadly charismatic, right? Phil Spencer's a charismatic.
They're sadly charismatic. How fucking dare Phil Spencer be a charismatic motherfucker? Outrageous. Throw him in a brig for being a charismatic motherfucker.
Dude, when you see him and he's wearing not a suit and tie, but he's wearing a cool jacket and a t-shirt, he looks like one of us. He's a gamer bro, right? So you get that mentality, he's your friend, he's your buddy who you game with, and you like the guy. It doesn't matter though. He's a horrible leader. So is Matt Booty writing this insane fucking email that literally has no factual basis. You have no big games to put your time and efforts into, you fucking moron. So these people should not be in charge. It's that simple. We need new blood to jump up. And we need new blood to take command of these companies. Because right now, the Yves Guillemot's and that evil fucking CEO of EA with his stupid douchey comb-over hipster Seattle haircut, and the fucking Phil Spencers and Matt Booties, these guys, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're the reason the industry is failing. When Phil Spencer is interviewed, and they say, so why are you doing these rounds of layoffs? He says, because the game industry is currently in a decline. Phil, you are the game industry. You're in charge of fucking Xbox. You're the reason for the decline. So don't punish your employees. Fucking quit. Punish yourself, you fucking mouth jeweler. You're awful at what you do. You are ruining gaming because you're inept. Quit. Let someone else step up and fix Xbox. Because it ain't going to be you and it ain't going to be Corporal Booty. It's got to be somebody else. It's obvious at this point you have no fucking clue what you're doing. Stop ruining things for everyone under you who's a hard worker who deserves a living. And you're taking that away from them because you're making big moves, buying companies, but you're not making any fucking games. You're a games company that doesn't make games.
So let's sum up Phil's anger and why he's angry. 1, rich people are richer than him. 2, he wants a lot of games made so he can play them, so he can make money playing the games. That's pretty much why he's pissed off. He wants all the game developers in the world to fucking make games right now for him to play so he can monetize them and try and make big bucks off the games. Oh, and preferably Game Pass games, so Phil doesn't have to spend any money on them, because heaven forbid Phil fucking invest in his fucking business. Fuck that, we can't have Phil Burnell investing his money in a fucking business. Perish the fucking thought.
Who fucking cares?
I'm a little upset about this topic. I don't know if you guys can tell. Well, one thing's for sure. After today, I don't think anyone's going to call me an Xbot or Xbox fanboy. I'm pretty upset, honestly. And,
You're upset for the wrong reasons, Phil. You're not upset for the fucking right reasons. You're fucking upset for the fucking selfish reasons. You're upset because you fucking want as many games as possible to come out from all these fucking big game developers so you can have as much fucking content as possible to play on your channel so you have a fucking better chance to fucking make more money. You do not care about the plight of the little guy, the game developer, the artist, the animators, and all that shit that fucking work in these studios. You don't fucking give a plight. As if, do you think Phil Burnell is going to fucking Google these fucking people that got fucking laid off and check in how they're fucking doing to see if they fucking bounce back or not? God, no. After this fucking podcast today, he's going to fucking forget all about them, and they're going to fucking be, they'll be consigned to the fucking past. Phil will move the fuck on and just fucking keep, you know, reading about fucking Phil Spencer and not give a shit about the people that fucking lost their jobs.
I just don't even know what's going to happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? I just don't even know. How can you even exist? They're literally doing nothing right at all. I don't think that they have done a single correct action in the last like year. And it's continuing. You know, Game Pass is amazing. Is Game Pass the problem? Is the insustainability of Game Pass what's really going on here? If that's the case, just fess up and fucking cancel Game Pass and be like, sorry, we fucked up. We're sorry that you all like Game Pass. It's a great value for gamers, but we fucked up. We can't keep the company afloat anymore.
So using Phil's logic, it's because of people like him that these game developers got fired.
Oh my dog, what's up?
You know, Phil should show some solidarity here and cancel his Game Pass to send a message to Microsoft. Thank you very much to Barrett Wells Super Chat, who says, Little Kitty Big City, a Game Pass game. Phil continues supporting the people he says you shouldn't support. Precisely. And apparently he's playing that game on Friday. Yeah, he's made room in his schedule. He's going to play that game during the day stream on Friday, the fucking Little Kitty Big City game. Yeah, Phil is the biggest fucking hypocrite in the world. He will constantly fucking play these Xbox games, and yet he'll want the fucking, you know, the owners, the people in charge of the fucking Xbox to not have work anymore. They want him fired. He wants Phil Spencer to be living in the fucking street. You know what I mean? He doesn't like the fact that Phil Spencer has got all this money and talent and charisma and has been successful in the fucking past, and no, he can't handle that for some reason.
It up bad, right? If that's the case, that's fine. Admit it, right? But I don't know, man. This drives me insane. I don't know why we have these people in power anymore. You know, I think what it is, if you take a look, we had Don Matrick before Phil Spencer, and Don Matrick was not the gamer bro. Don Matrick was the quintessential silver spoon in the mouth douchebag rich guy, right? Oh, Xbox One. If you don't have an always online connection, we have a console for you, the Xbox 360. Oh, you want to own your games? Too bad. Everything's digital. Everything's tied in, and here's the future. And in reality, a lot of the things that Don Matrick was saying during the launch of the Xbox One wasn't incorrect. He was just a complete douchebag, scumbag asshole about it. And therefore, that's why people hated him, and that's why Xbox One tanked at launch. It's his fault, because he's just a piece of shit. Which is why he was promptly ousted out of the company, and then he went and ruined Zynga, and now he basically, I guess, probably runs a gas station.
Oh, hello.
Somewhere.
What the hell? Why did it freeze? I was thinking for a second I was worried we caught up to live DSP, but no, we are 21 minutes behind live DSP.
Or something, who knows, right? But in the case of Phil Spencer, this guy is kind of the antithesis of that. When you look at Phil Spencer, you don't think rich guy. You don't think douchebag, you know, silver spoon in the mouth. But at the same time, is he doing any better, honestly? No. What has he really done? Tell me the positive stuff that Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, and these people are doing in charge of Xbox that's, you know, really keeping the company afloat. It's just failure after failure.
I think they made over $1 billion in profits, which is good news for the company, technically.
How do you have an incredibly popular game in Halo Infinite and then botch it within 4 months and no one plays it anymore, right? It's like every time they have an opportunity for success, they blow it. I just don't get it, right? So, I don't know, man. This is very upsetting to me. Listen, I like Xbox. I like the gaming industry. It's my job as well as my hobby. And to hear the people who are talented losing their jobs because management doesn't know how to run the company, it makes me very upset. Really.
No, it fucking doesn't. Stop fucking lying.
Especially Tango Gameworks, you know? They just made...
Particularly them. Oh, it makes me sad that those other guys also... But especially the ones that made a game that fucking was actually good. There were ones that didn't make anything that good. Oh, that's a shame for them. But particularly the ones that actually fucking made a game that got me some money.
Hi-Fi Rush, which was a great game, and they were on the right track to righting their ship and making better games, you know? Exactly. Don Finucci says, Phil Spencer currently has no signal. He's on his mega yacht in Belize. He can't hear you. There you go. Well, yes, of course. Bader says, well, Hi-Fi Rush was not financially successful by Microsoft standards. Yes, because they didn't advertise it. Remember what they did? They didn't even announce it. They just shadow dropped the game. And that game developers actually voiced their discontent with that model after the game launched. They said, we're happy that people are liking it now, but this game was ready like last year, and we don't know why Xbox didn't announce it. Like, they had a perfect opportunity during that Xbox event last year in 2022 to get hype for it and get people excited for it, and they literally just kept the fucking game a complete secret.
For God's sake, I need to go 1.5. I've been at 1.25 for too long.
And shadow dropped it in early 2023 to no hoopla, no fanfare, just, oh, it's on Game Pass now, check it out. So why did you think it would sell? You see what I'm saying? Gee, Evil Within 2, we hope it's a giant seller. Oops, no marketing. Gee, I wonder why it didn't sell. But these are management decisions. These are not game developer decisions. These are management decisions. These are Phil Spencer and Matt Booty decisions. And they're fucking up at every turn. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. Stop punishing the people who work the hardest to put out content for your company, and instead punish the people who truly are making the awful decisions at the company day in and day out, over and fucking over at this point. Okay? At this point, and you know, by the way, not just them, you gotta look at the heads of the other companies too, the fucking Todd Howards, who they all were banking on Starfield being a giant success, and it is totally not. I mean, it's not a huge failure, but it's definitely not anywhere near the level they thought it was going to get. It is not culturally relevant. It is not even in the major discussions of people when it comes to big RPGs. It's just a flop, you know? And these people need to be held accountable for their fucking actions, and they're not. We have enough people now who have lost their jobs, thousands of people losing jobs because of a few small people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Why are they still in charge? If you're a shareholder of Xbox, Microsoft, what are you doing? Are you stupid? Do you not understand that these people are dumb and don't know what they're doing? Get them the fuck out. Shareholder.
If you're a shareholder of Microsoft, then you'll be pretty fucking happy with your current price.
Have power. Get these motherfuckers out of there. They don't know how to do anything. If I had stock in fucking Xbox, I sure as hell would be trying to get these fuck faces out of there. Jeez. All right, that's enough of me ranting about it today, guys. I knew this was gonna go long because I'm so upset I can't even click the right screen. Look at this. Where am I? Hold on. Here I am. I'm so upset I can't even click the right transition. I hate this shit. I hate this industry when this happens. It makes me so upset. These people do not deserve.
Stop pretending you're fucking sad. You fucking pig. Anyway, Mr. Senny sent some artwork. What the fuck? It's not DSP artwork, but it's artwork on all say. Okay, well, is this like Joe Biden as Thanos? Is that what that is? Alright. Tacos are also made something in celebration of the 25th anniversary of The Mummy. So, there you fucking go. That is, yeah, Tacos that's a fantastic. I didn't think of that. Then yeah, that Mummy movie, fucking fantastic. You know, Brendan Fraser at his absolute best back then. You know, there you fucking go. And Mummy 2 as well. You know, decent flick. Mummy Returns, you know. But yeah, the Mummy, 25 years. Bloody hell, man. Jesus, man, but that's a fantastic edit. That face was terrifying. And so is this one. This face too is also terrifying. Fuck me, man.
To be jobless. They don't. These people are hard workers. They're trying to make good stuff. And it's the management that's bad. Punish those who are responsible, not the fucking, people on the ground level. This would be like saying McDonald's had a big gambit. They launched a brand new burger. Okay? But the burger was very expensive, the cost, but they were hoping really it was going to be amazing. Well, guess what? No one likes the burger. So they lost millions of dollars on it. So what did they do? They just fired 4,000 employees.
So, first of all, of course, he's going to fucking bring it back to some sort of food analogy. Second of all, even though it's not on the card, million. Interesting number.
Jesus!
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, 6 million. 6 million. That's a pretty interesting number, isn't it? 6 million. Well, guess what? You're wrong. It didn't happen. You're making it up, right? You make that shit up. No, how about this? Banned. Gone forever. Because I don't put up with your fucking bullshit.
Now that was good. Now that was a fucking good one.
The boss being right.
It will never not be fucking funny. It's always going to be fucking funny. And even Steve Ed, I love it's still a thing, thank you. I think it'll be a thing for a very long fucking time. For as long as Phil keeps saying million, I'm going to keep pressing that fucking button and I'll be adding one extra fucking view to that particular YouTube short. I'm pretty sure I'm responsible for about 95% of the views on that particular YouTube short, but god damn it, it's such a fucking good short. But there you go. Oh, bloody hell. Jesus, man. It's too good. So, yes, it's not millions not even a bingo card. It's not even on here today. But Phil said it, and we need a little fucking reprieve from Phil's natural toxicity. You know what also helps, of course? Otters. Otters also help from Phil's natural bullshit and toxicity. So let us enjoy some otters basking in the fantastic sunshine in the Vancouver Aquarium. Rolling about with a strange little fucking... I don't even know what to call that, a wee container, a little tub, a little fucking thing. Bloody hell. But yeah, the otters are enjoying themselves anyway. They're having a grand time. This one's doing fucking zoomies. Usually it's like more though, there's only 2 here so far. Where's the fucking rest of the otters? No idea, but yeah, there's a couple of otters are having a grand time enjoying the sunshine in Vancouver. Alright, that's enough detoxifying. I think we can get back to the bingo. Let's resume the bingo.
Did the employees have the idea to make the burger? Did the employees fuck up the making of the burger at any point? No, no one liked the burger, the concept that it didn't work for McDonald's. Why would you fire people who work at the line level? What did they do wrong? How does that even solve the fucking problem? Oh, because we need to have the shareholders get their money. So fire the management who don't deserve it and take their $10 million salaries and give it to the shareholders. Right? Like, what is going on?
Like, can you imagine if Phil said 6 million? Like, if Phil had said 6 million, I would have just fucking ended the game. Full house. But if Phil said next time I go to the aquarium, I'll get an exclusive vid for the stream. There, if I can go. Exclusive behind the scenes look from Barrett Wells next time. He's going to pop by Vancouver Aquarium.
How does corporate America not understand that these corporate structures are broken and don't work? And it's not just America, it's all these corporations. This structure doesn't work. You're paying a guy millions of dollars to sink your company. And then you're afraid to fire him. Right? What do you, I mean, that's insanity. How do you think this is an operational thing that's going to sustain? It's not. It's just not going to sustain. And then, when Xbox folds, they'll blame the industry instead of the people in charge, right? Phil Spencer will say, oh, we're just in a slump. You're the slump. You're the one who made the slump. Okay. Well, I ranted and raved enough. It's time for us to get to shoutouts. All right? Let's get into it. Our first contribution of the day was from Jordan. All right? And he did a super chat. And he says, well, I have a genuine question. If you commission an artist and their artwork went downhill below your standards, wouldn't you find a different artist? Jordan, that's not the situation. If I hire...
Answer the fucking question, Phil. No. They gave you a simple fucking question. You either say yes or no to it. Stop changing that fucking question.
An artist, okay? And I'm trusting on their skill level or whatever to make a good piece of art, okay, right? And if they don't perform, I understand what you're saying. That's not what happens in these cases. These are game studios. They're full-time employees. They're not headhunters or hiring a fucking contractor to come do one piece of the game and the piece of the game malfunctions and then the whole game sucks. That's not the case. The case is entire projects are designed, spearheaded, championed, and put into production by management. The games themselves are management's ideas. You understand? Also, how those games are fully developed, how much money goes in, the budgets, the time, the amount of employees, the marketing. Again, there's perfectly good games like Evil Within 2 that were great games that were just mismarketed. Hi-Fi Rush had zero marketing. How is it ever going to sell when you never advertised it and you shadow dropped it, right? This is not the situation you're describing. The situation you're describing is so different because you're basically saying you hire an artist, the artist did a bad job, fire the artist. These people didn't necessarily... Hi-Fi Rush is an outstanding game and they just fired the whole studio. You know? Redfall is a bad game. But literally Phil Spencer admitted publicly they never looked into it. They just let them do whatever they wanted. You're the manager. You own the company. You manage the company. If the company is doing something awful, you have to manage them and tell them that. Not just let them do whatever the fuck they want. It's obvious then they're inept, but then is that the line level person who should be punished for that? No. There's too much of this. In the way that corporate structure works is that it's set up that these people who already are in positions of power and rich fail and get rewarded for it. Because in the reality, do you really think Phil Spencer this year is going to take a giant pay cut because he had to lay off so many employees? Do you think Matt Booty is going to have to take a pay cut because all these studios are closing? I mean, Matt Booty, he couldn't even actually get the name of the studio right. I think it was called Doghead Games, and he called it Doghead Studios in his email. He didn't even know the name of the company that they owned that they were shutting down. So there you go. Let's see here.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! Fuck you and your friends. I received a $4.20 tip. Oh, it's a troll. It's a fucking troll. I can just ignore him. Okay. So the one tip...
Absolute waste of fucking money then. Also, it probably wasn't even a troll, but it's someone contradicting Phil. And saying, oh, Phil, you're wrong, this is why. And Phil's like, oh, it's a troll. Somebody says I'm wrong about something, so there must be a fucking troll.
I got today's a troll. That's great. All right, so guys...
Is he actually, hold on. Is he complaining that the only tip he's got today so far is a troll? He put on all that fucking fake sadness, that fake fucking, you know, empathy. Oh, these game developers all lost their jobs and all that shit, and it's making me upset. I'm so super sad, guys, that these game developers fucking lost their fucking livelihoods or whatever. And then he fucking turns to his contributions expecting to be overflowing with tips at the fucking arse. And then he sees this.
Fucking troll, I can just ignore him. Okay, so the one tip I got today is a troll. That's great. All right, so guys...
Get fucked, Phil.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
I'm done ranting now about this story. I'm very upset about it, obviously, but I'm done ranting. Obviously, a little guy like me, I don't have any control over anything. All I can do is voice my opinions. I hope you enjoy my opinions, even if you don't agree with them. I hope you at least enjoy them. And I felt better getting that off my chest because I feel awful when people are losing their jobs like this. It makes me really upset. And
I love how it's like, okay, I only got one tip and it's a troll tip. Oh wait, okay then. Let me remind people how sad I am so I can maybe get some money in. What was it all wait a second? Let me try and tie in my sadness of people losing their fucking livelihoods to trying to get support on my streams. That's an incredibly impressive segue, Phil. From you being sad about, you know, only having, not even having a proper tip, to you being super sad about these game developer news industries job cuts. Let me rewind it and play it again.
It's a fucking troll. I can just ignore him. Okay, so the one tip I got today is a troll. That's great. All right, so guys, I'm done ranting now about this story. I'm very upset about it, obviously, but I'm done ranting. Obviously, a little guy like me, I don't have any control over anything. All I can do is voice my opinions. I hope you enjoy my opinions, even if you don't agree with them. I hope you at least enjoy them. And I felt better getting that off my chest because I feel awful when people are losing their jobs like this. It makes me really upset. And hopefully, there will be a light at the end of this tunnel. It'd be great if Xbox could actually make some good games like Matt Booty is apparently alluding to. That's what they're going to do. We're going to refocus our efforts on our big games. You don't have any big games. You have to make big games. You have to make good games to become big. You can't just have big games. That doesn't exist, right? Halo is done. Gears of War is nothing like it used to be. Can you name another Xbox exclusive? I can name Bethesda exclusives that are not really ready to be released or made. So I don't even know what they're talking about at this time, right? I don't get it. Thank you, Tizwaz1112, for becoming a member for 28 months. I appreciate that very much. Okay, so guys, that's all I got for now. I shouted out Jordan and Tizwaz, so if anyone else contributes, thank you. I will give you a shout out. We do have a little bit of extra time if anyone wants to talk about stuff.
Nah, just start gameplay, Phil. You're good.
Like I said, I really hope you guys will stick around and hang out with me for Fallout 4. I hope this isn't a pattern of Fallout not doing well, just because of the one stream. I hope that Fallout does well today. What's up, Game Boy? How are you today? Welcome. Mr. AG says, look at Starfield, even an exclusive failed, so what do we even have to look forward to on Xbox anymore, right? And this is the first console generation where I can outright tell you it does not matter which console you own. The best games are cross-platform. The exclusives are just not a big deal. They're just not. They're literally not a big deal. These exclusives have just been lackluster games or meh games, right? There's been nothing truly exclusive that you needed to own one particular console for. You know, PlayStation 5 does a few things well, Xbox does a few things well, but neither shine above the other in this regard. So there's literally no console war anymore at all. I mean, there's just no reason to even fight about it. And that's sad. It used to be 100%. Oh, you need the PlayStation for this great franchise. You need the Xbox because they got the hot new game here. There's no hot new games anymore. They don't exist. We already talked about the Switch, Alan. You must be late. Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? We have a little bit of extra time. I don't like ending the podcast with no Q&A. I like having the Q&A segment to see whatever your topics are you want to talk about. Because as you know, once we get into the game, I like to focus on the game. So do you guys have any particular topics or things you'd like to discuss?
Yeah, why aren't you playing the fucking game? Apparently 24 minutes later, you're still not playing the game yet. We're 24 minutes behind live DSP. Well, technically he's on break. He goes on break in like 10 minutes time or whatever. But then he comes back and he's stalling heavily. Holy shit, how much? I went and looked at it. I was a bit cheated there. I went and looked at the fucking timeline. Oh, let me show the chat again. Oh, look, a contribution from when he came in a few seconds ago. I looked at the timeline, okay? And he's on break here. So the podcast ends there. Starts off the fucking console, whatever. He's on break there 13 minutes ago. He comes back from break. 7.5 minutes, but he doesn't start the game. He spends a good solid 5 minutes ranting and raving, it seems, waiting for his audience to give him money. So basically got that to look forward to.
That is true. Soup Fork says there's a showcase coming in June. Maybe they'll have good stuff there. I mean, in June, I feel when we're going to get so much information, you're going to have the Xbox showcase, the Summer Game Fest, and now, yes, the rumor now is that Sony's doing one, and we already know Nintendo's doing one. So basically, because they're doing no more E3, it's done. That first 2 weeks of June is when they're releasing all of the information, right, of all games for the rest of the year. Because right now, I went through the game schedule. There's literally nothing big this year. So,
oh God, Barrett Wells has posted a link, and I'm scared to click this. Oh, it's a Dead Air compilation. We checked this out the other day. Yeah, Barrett, so Nerdbrew made a compilation of all the Dead Air in one stream, from one podcast. And it's just a big, massive compilation. Yeah, we checked this out the other day. I even left a comment on it. How long did it last? And I went and said to him, where's my comment? Yeah, I said, Bingo crew made the whole video. A lot perished. And Nerdbrew was very sorry about that. But yeah, we checked that shit out the other day, you know, and it's just 5 minutes of Phil having complete dead air during one singular It's not made out of different podcasts, no. All the same podcast. Check the shirt. The shirt never changes. All this was dead air from the one podcast. So, oh God, I mean, that was brutal.
I get the feeling we're going to get the big drops and the big dates will all be coming out in June. It's going to be a crazy couple of weeks in early June, probably. So, hopefully, yes. No, I do not use an iPad. I haven't used an iPad in a greater part of a decade. I owned an iPad. I think I bought it in 2011 or 2012. I actively used the iPad for maybe 2 to 3 years. Like, I think the first 1 to 2 years I lived here, I was using an iPad. And then I just, it kind of got outdated, and the new phones were better, the iPad I had. And then my iPad broke. Like, I stopped using it for a while. And then I tried to charge it and plug it in one day. It just wouldn't even turn on anymore. And I was like, oh, it might be that there's no updates or the battery died. I have no idea. I don't know. So I just gave up on the fucking thing. I don't use it. Black Rose X Dragon is saying they own stock in Microsoft. And in the past 4 years, the value has almost doubled. Well, that's Microsoft. That's different. Microsoft and Xbox are different. You have to understand it. Microsoft is the entire company. This is a ginormous company. They own a bajillion products. Not only software, but there's AI involved. Now there's all that shit. If you own Microsoft stock, overall, Xbox is a drop in the bucket of what Microsoft is. Okay? So just because we're talking about, gaming's on the downswing, that doesn't necessarily mean that Microsoft stock is going to tank because of it. You know what I'm saying?
Was that hand graphs? Did I see some small example of hand graphs in there? Not sure. I felt like he was kind of alluding to it a little bit, you know?
I don't use it. Black Rose X Dragon is saying they own stock in Microsoft, and in the past 4 years, the value has almost doubled. Well, that's Microsoft. That's different. Microsoft and Xbox are different. You have to understand it. Microsoft is the entire company. This is a ginormous company. They own a bajillion products. Not only software, but there's AI involved. Now there's all that shit. If you own Microsoft stock, overall, Xbox is a drop in the bucket of what Microsoft is, okay?
Is that a drop in the bucket one, you know what I mean? But nah, that's not hand graphs. It's close, but nah.
So, just because we're talking about, gaming's on the downswing, that doesn't necessarily mean that Microsoft stock is going to tank because of it. You know what I'm saying? Well, am I going to do main or side quests in Fallout 4? We're doing the quest to the northeast of the map, in that region. There's a ton there. I don't think those are main story quests. We've done a lot of main story quests, right? We did we started the Minuteman, we started the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is now unlocked if we want to continue that. We did the Piper quest, we did the Nick Valentine rescue quest. We even started doing the initial stuff to go to Good Neighbor. And I was like, you know, we should not do all these story quests. Let's go do this stuff in the northeast, and that's what we're going to focus on today. The Indie Marathon is May 25th. No, I did not see a comment on the America Rising 2 Legacy of Enclave mod. I don't know what you're talking about, and I have no desire to do mods now in Fallout 4 when we're just kind of focusing on the main game, and already we're having issues, so let's not worry about mods now. Is it possible to do chilling with Phil once a month, says the villain? I already said that's kind of what we've been doing. Last month was the exception. There were 2, because I think one night we were going to do co-op and it didn't happen, and another night something else happened. So there were 2 nights where we did that because of extenuating circumstances, if I remember correctly. But usually we're doing it about once a month, and it seems to be working. So yeah, I'd be okay with that. And yeah, again, tomorrow night is up in the air. We could just do a chill with Phil stream tomorrow night, or we could do Helldivers, or we could do something else, you know?
Everyone looks forward to, one of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's.
All right, doesn't seem like people have much to talk about.
Well, never do you.
Lee J says, what would you like from Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, ideally for the remainder of the year? Any surprise games? You know, I'd have to think about it. You know, I really off the top of my head, I can't start throwing out crazy stuff and IPs. I'd like to see what they have to offer during June, and I'll comment on it then. But I don't really, you know, at this point, this year has literally not had a single high priority or profile game. The games that we thought would take off did not, or were lackluster, or both, right? So we've got a situation where we have a year where nothing in my mind is a game of the year contender at this point. Seriously, like not a single game that I played or even heard about is something that I'd be like, wow, amazing game of the year. It's just like kind of nah, you know. Black Rose X Dragon, thank you for super chat. Says looking forward to a Zengi climb to master tonight. I appreciate that. I will do my best. It's going to be frustrating, a frustrating climb for sure.
Who fucking cares?
Crap, can't type. It's going to be a frustrating climb for sure, but I appreciate the kind words and the support. Yes, last year did have quite a few amazing games. I agree. By this time last year, we had a good 3 to 4 games that you could think of as, oh, maybe game of the year. Oh, man. Crap. Woo. The weather here is so weird. It was sunny, then it was cloudy, now it's sunny again. All within like an hour of me doing the podcast. All right.
Did he seriously just like explain clouds moving in front of the sun? It was sunny, and then a cloud turned up and blocked out the sun. But the cloud kept moving, and lo and behold, the sun was seen again. Thanks, Phil, for explaining weather.
Well, guys, I think we'll get ready to adjourn. I'll just say this. Thank you for watching. Appreciate that. I really hope that many of you will stick around, hang out, and support the Fallout 4 stream. All right. Last time around, actually, I was shocked because up to now, the Fallout 4 has been doing really good, and the fact that last time, you know, it really did not was surprising because again, same game, same person playing. What happened to change? I don't know. Also, you know, let's be honest. We're about to jump into it, and we have no tips. You know, already. It's kind of
like, for God's sake, Phil. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's be honest. I want your fucking money, guys. Now, remember, Phil has $4.20 in tips. It's just that he construed it as a troll tip, and so he didn't count it. Let's rewind it and see Phil be desperate.
Last time around, actually, I was shocked because up to now, the Fallout 4 has been doing really good, and the fact that last time, you know, it really did not was surprising because again, same game, same person playing. What happened to change? I don't know. Also, you know, let's be honest. We're about to jump into it, and we have no tips. You know, already it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I hope that it'll stick. If it doesn't after today, if it doesn't do well, then I guess we're gonna have to figure out, does it end up becoming a night stream? Do we cancel it? I mean, I don't want to cancel it. I don't know what's going on. It seems like it really was a bandwagon mentality for Fallout for a couple of weeks there. Now maybe people, I don't know. But let's give it a shot, an honest shot, and see what happens today. Okay? Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thanks for chilling. Sorry about the bad news. Seriously, like, this gaming news is a bummer to me. And it baffles me that nothing seems to be being done about righting the ship, but instead, we just keep making bad decision after bad decision, correct? So, hopefully, you guys will stick around for further updates on it as well, and hopefully, we will get some good news out of the games industry at some point soon. But at this point, I'm just tired of the non-stop bad news trains that we're hearing. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. Tomorrow will be interesting. I'll be able to tell you about the results of how everything went today and go from there. So, all right, thank you guys, and I shall see you tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, was that a creepy whisper right at the end there? We didn't see it, but it felt like he leaned in there.
Thank you guys, and I shall see you tomorrow.
You know what? I'm going to count that as a creepy whisper. It feels like he did lean into the microphone there and try to be quiet.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
What does this mean for the bingo? It means we only need one more thing to happen for us to get a full house. We have 2 free spaces as things stand. We have a free space for the snorts, and we have a free space for the likes. So we need Phil to either do or say one of these things, or for us to get 1 mere free space.
Okay. F Shooter, thanks for that super chat. He says, when does that OD game come out? It looks good. I have no idea what that means. What is an OD game? What are you speaking of? You don't have to super chat again to say. Just say in the chat, because I really don't know what you're talking about. OD game? I clicked on the wrong thing. Here we go. I was like, why does it say there's no resolution to my webcam? Because I clicked the wrong thing.
Who fucking cares?
Right thing here. There we go. That's centered. Gotta turn the console on now. Oh, it looks centered, right? I think, sadly, my USB cable may be breaking. Again, remember the USB cable on the PS5 recently broke? I think the one on this controller, the Xbox controller, is breaking too, because yesterday when I was playing Another Crab's Treasure, it seemed to disconnect like twice, and I was like, why is it doing that? That's not good, obviously. So if this ends up dying, I'm gonna have to just use batteries temporarily. Now I'm gonna have to get more USB cables. It sucks. I bought the wrong kind. I bought USB-C to C, which it works on PlayStation, because PlayStation has a C port, but Xbox doesn't. It just has the standard USB, rectangular connector. So I might have to buy more cables if this breaks.
That was a dumb fucking thing you done then, wasn't it?
To see what's happening. Yeah, I used to have rechargeable batteries as well. I've done everything. I've had rechargeable battery packs. I've done AA's. I've done the whole gamut of stuff. I have. In fact, I still have the rechargeable battery packs. I could probably pop them out of the closet temporarily. Jade, okay. Jade says he might not be around for a while. They're having a new door installed and it's very noisy. Yikes. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully your door installation goes well. Hopefully we'll see you back when you're available.
It's been a rough year.
Someone named Dicker's Dropbox account has just done a super chat. Thank you. Okay then. Thank you very much. I don't know who Dickers is. Big Tuna. Thank you. 22 months is give me the naughty nightwear. Give me the naughty nightwear. The classic meme from way back when. Fallout 3 playthrough, right?
Shut the fuck up!
Dicker's Dropbox account. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to begin shortly. In fact, this will not be a large break, but I feel like I should at least briefly use the restroom before we begin. That way I don't have to interrupt myself later, right? So, give me just a sec. Here's what we'll do. Very brief. This will not be an extended break or anything like that. I'm just going to go, use the restroom quickly. And then we'll come back and we'll begin with Fallout 4, alright? So, please be patient. I'll be right back, and then we'll begin. Thanks, guys.
And with the power of speed up juice, we can fast forward to when it returns, which is round about here. So there you go. Big more.
Oh man, I was just clearing my throat. It was disgusting. I'm glad that the mic was muted. Okay. We have a couple quick shout outs to do before we begin.
Quick shout outs, apparently. These are quick.
Jasper's on the chair. We start off with a $2 tip. Oh, Jasper, careful. It's going too fast. From Toxic Sludge. He had our first tip of the day, and he says, let's get the ball rolling for today. Well, thank you very much, Toxic Sludge. For a $2.
Hey, it worked, Phil. You desperately reminding your audience that you want money from them. Worked, and Toxic Sludge gave you money.
Tip. I appreciate that. Indeed, that does get the ball rolling. Jasper, what are you doing? Jumping on me. And then I received a $5 tip from the Tom Brady Roast. Have you tried energy drinks which have caffeine in them? I know you drink coffee. I have drank many different kinds of drinks over the years that I've been a YouTuber to maintain energy levels. And various different things. When I started off, I was drinking Jolt Cola. Okay. The Tom Brady Roast. What a name. So yeah, when
his favourite thing to drink is in the bingo card right now. Cope.
Started off, we were doing Jolt Cola. Then I transitioned over to, what the heck was it? Some kind of I was doing these energy shots in the morning, right? It wasn't 5-hour energy. It was like a different kind of energy shot that was like a concentrated caffeine, but also fruit juice boost or something like that. Then I was using, for a while, G Fuel, okay? And then after G Fuel that I used for a few years, I then started using, what was it? Oh, like those Crystal Light things that you could do. So you do the powder, or you do the liquid that you would squirt into water and mix to get flavor out of it. And then basically after all of those years of doing all that, about 2 years ago, my wife and I got some coffee just on a whim, and we started drinking. I was like, why don't I just do a cup of coffee? It just literally, a cup of coffee gives you all the caffeine you need for like hours and hours. And if you time it right during the day, it's more than enough to keep you going. And then I don't need to be drinking excessive amounts of energy drinks or drink. Now I have a seltzer and I have filtered water. Those are the two things I drink all day during my streams. And the energy is already in me because I just have one coffee in the morning for breakfast and one coffee after dinner, and I'm good. So I don't know why it took me so long. I mean, how many people on earth drink coffee? A lot. It's a huge product. Why I didn't think of that? I mean, that was pretty dumb. I could have been doing this for many years, and I just didn't because I'm stupid. And I'm so happy that I started drinking coffee. It works much better than anything else. It really does. I'm happy that I do that now. I received another $5 tip from the Mysterious Stranger in a guitar riff plays. Well, there you go. Funny enough, I don't think I've ever done a playthrough utilizing the Mysterious Stranger. I know that he's kind of a big thing, that people talk about in the game, but I don't think I've ever had Mysterious Stranger as a part of one of my playthroughs. So thank you for the $5 tip. And I was gonna play your animation, but it got trumped by a super chat animation. So I'll go ahead and I'll play it again. I was trying to play it, and I guess the super chat overrode it, and I will shout out the super chat in a second. So thank you very much for Mysterious Stranger. Then I received a $10 tip, and it appears to be an anonymous tip. I don't see any name attached to it. So thank you very much to an anonymous $10 tipper. That will be today's biggest tip so far.
That must be one of those detractor fake tips.
Keep in mind, if you are going to tip me and you want a shout out, if you want a name to be called out, please include whatever name you want in the body of the tip. And if you want a message called out, it must be put into the body of the tips field as well. That I just read all that information right off along with your tips. Okay. So thank you for that. And then I just received a super chat from Dig Bix. Gee, I wonder what that could mean. Who says LP Switch got promoted to Premier League. Have £2. I have no idea what you just said. I know what Premier League is. That's something to do with football, right? But I don't know what the hell LP Switch is. But I appreciate the £2 regardless. Thank you to Dig Bix. Dig old Bix in the house. Nothing like getting some support from a nice big old...
Shut up, bitch!
I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Very nice. IP Switch is your local team. Oh, okay. So your local team is now in the Premier League, so that's a good thing, obviously.
IP Switch. Ipswich. So there's a team called Ipswich Town. They're back in the Premier League. They managed to get promotion to the Premier League. They're called Ipswich Town. And Phil called them IP Switch.
A nice big old bit. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Very nice. IP Switch is your local team. Oh, okay. So your local team is now in the Premier League, so that's a good thing, obviously. Okay, that's neat, I guess. Thank you. I'm sitting on my shirt. Ah. All right. Let's get Fallout booted up. Now, guys, please let me know how things sound today. For some odd reason, my audio settings reset. And I don't remember that happening. I don't know why that happened, but they did. And it's frustrating to me because I had all the auto settings working well. And then I went to freaking record the podcast this morning and was like, you're so low. What's going on? And I went and all the volume settings were reset again. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Why does that keep happening? Okay. Now, before we get started, I'm really liking this Fallout 4 playthrough. I want to keep this in the main rotation as a daytime stream. But for that to happen, I need people to keep showing up, engaging, and supporting with the content. All right? So thank you for being here. Thanks for the early support. You guys know the deal. I'm not going to be talking about it constantly, but I try to hit the tier 1 tips goal every...
You could have fucking filled me because you've talked about it constantly so far. This has been a constant goddamn reminder to everyone so far that you want money for this fucking game. Holy hell, Phil.
Stream that I do. Super chats have been great recently. Memberships have been pretty good. All this helps the channel. If you could support today in some way, please do. I will give you a shout out. I would love to hang out with you guys, have fun conversation as well in the chat. Everyone keeping it going is what it's all about. So thank you guys in advance for hopefully a great stream. And if it goes well today, I will keep this in a daytime rotation. We'll see how it goes. Okay?
Basically, the game's under threat of a wage quit.
Jade's saying he's got taken off. All right, Jade. Hope things go well there with your door. And if it's loud construction work, I know how annoying that can be. And I just got another $2 tip before we begin here. I like how the U.S. is scared of China and TikTok, but Facebook and the NSA get free rein to tell you what to do with your personal info. What a joke this is. Democracy, by the way, the reason they're doing it is because they don't want people getting across instant, unbiased news. They want to control the narrative. Well, we can sit here and we can argue about that political part of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't disagree with a lot of what you said. I think that maybe you're going a little bit too extreme. Because I think...
Why, Phil? Why is it too extreme? Because America? Is that why? Just because America?
In general, social media networks have access to an insane amount of information. I've talked about it over the years. Social media networks get all your personal information. Seriously, think about it. They have all your who you are, where you live, geolocations, pictures of your friends, family, networks, where you work. They have so much information they can use to create profiles on people, to be profited on, to be spied on. They really have access to that. I'm not saying they do it, but they have access to that data. And some people are just so ignorant that they just put all their shit online not knowing what they're doing, right? I'm not saying that TikTok doesn't do it. It's just funny. You're right that TikTok's being singled out, right? So... Anyway, let's not get into the political side of it. We'll talk more about that story on the podcast in the future. All right, I'd like to...
Let's not get into the political side of it, Phil. You had it as a subject on your show. You're the one that had it as a talking point on your show in your shitty little DSP news segment.
Focus on Fallout today, if you don't mind. Basically, Opponents 101 just asked, am I going to get any Switch games soon? The only Switch game I can think of that's coming out soon that I'm interested in is the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake, right? Outside of that, can you think of a single Switch game coming up that's like prominent? I can't. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It's just Switch is kind of dead right now.
So is your channel.
Let's see here. Grim Ripper 234 just gave me a very generous $25 tip. I don't know why all the support is coming in right now. This is crazy. Thank you guys. $25 from Grim Ripper. Let's get that up on the leaderboard.
So let's get this straight. Phil spends most of the podcast telling his audience, guys, money would be great right now. I'd love money. You know, money. I really like money. Guys, I'm sad giving money. And then he goes threatening this fucking game, saying this game's gonna get fucking sent to the fucking Shadow Realm if I don't get fucking money playing the game. He has spent all his time priming his audience, telling them that he wants money or else. And then when he is given money, he's like, oh my, what a fucking surprise. I don't know why I've been getting all this fucking money. Where did this come from? It doesn't make sense. Why are you acting surprised at something that you fucking demanded from your audience, Phil?
Because I went back to Fallout 4 on my PS5, the update is absolutely amazing. I even streamed Fallout New Vegas on my PS4 Pro, that still looks amazing. It'd be funny if the Adoring fan was in Fallout, you go back to New Vegas, you should go back to New Vegas when you have time. We played New Vegas 3 years ago, so I'm not going to be playing it anytime soon. I likely will play it again eventually, it's such a good game. But, you know, I played it and all the DLC, so it was kind of a completionist run 3 years ago right here on this channel. I would like to go back to Fallout 3 and its DLCs at some point, but it would be nice if they would remake it, you know? So that would run, you know, nicely on modern consoles. It could definitely use a facelift. But thank you, Grim Ripper. Giant contribution there. And if you're wondering why am I putting on the Gunner glasses, there's 2 reasons. But primarily because I think it's going to actually help my eyes today. I'm fairly certain we're going to get another $1. I'm fairly certain we'll get another $1 on the stream, so I'll just put on the glasses.
I think he's been priming some whales. He's fairly certain he's going to get another $1. Such arrogance and confidence from him makes me think that somebody's promised him something. I think we're going to get some big massive whale tip today, which is going to trump that 25 buckaroos.
Now, X Shooter, thank you for a super chat. Sorry, I mean the new Kojima that they showed at the Game Awards. Oh, you're talking about the that game? I hope we get information on that. Yeah, it looked good. Hey, a Kojima horror game teaming up with all these big wigs and everything. I would absolutely love that. So, yeah, I'm stoked for that. Think of that. And Manuel, thank you for becoming a member this morning. So thank you guys. A big influx of support to start. And now you guys ready to begin? Here we go. Hello everyone and welcome back.
Well, now he's recording for gameplay for YouTube, and sadly we're going to be 1 away from a full house. We're 1 shy of a full house. Let's take the 3 spaces we have.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
And just like the fucking screen says, we lose. We fucking lost bingo by 1 because Phil did not say admittedly. Or I would argue, and didn't do hand graphs either. Those are the 3 that killed us today. Balls. Let's go to live DSP and see how he's fucking doing, shall we? Oh hey, he was given that money. He's on 57 buckaroos now. Fucking wow, who cares? Guys, I'm going to bring an end to the bingo. Sad we couldn't get a full house on today's bingo. But as the old saying does go, there is always tomorrow for us to try once again. I've been sent some artwork apparently. Let me check. Mister has made Brendan Fraser. Phil is Brendan Fraser. That is scary. It's like Brendan Fraser, or like Phil Brendan Fraser or something. I don't know. It's weird. The whale tail. The whale tail. There you fucking go. So yeah, it's always bizarre seeing someone's face on another person's head. But yeah, Jesus Christ, man. But there you go. Let's get back to our otters. Slightly less disturbing to see the otters. Ah, Jesus Christ. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics today. Sad we couldn't win, but as I said, we can try again tomorrow. I will return tomorrow for some more bingo and all that jazz. I believe Broside Phil is streaming later on today in about 3 hours time. So if you're still wide awake in 3 hours time and all that jazz, by all means check out Broside Phil and the stream they're doing. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here. I do hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Thank you very much for keeping writing the card. Thank you very much for the contributions as well. Thank you, of course, to for Tacozo and Mister for the bizarre artwork, of course, as well, to give us a good laugh and all that jazz. It was a tough podcast to endure today. Phil was very strange, faking empathy, pretending he fucking cares about people losing their fucking jobs, when all he cares about is fucking himself and him getting more games to fucking play for his shitty channel. Yeah, and nobody seemed to fucking buy it. But then when he started outright asking his audience, guys, I want your fucking money now. I pretended to fucking cry for you guys, and I'm going to wage quit Fallout if you don't give me money. Then all of a sudden, money comes out of nowhere and Phil acts fucking surprised. It's a miracle, I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo. As I said, I'm going to end how it always ends, by putting Notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, however you wish to spend it, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more bingo antics. But until then, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.